Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Pillar to Post. You will be joining me, the Angry Viking, and a very good friend, the Himalayan Hustler, Mr. Wild-Eyed Yeti Bloodyard. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. It was great seeing so many of you join me earlier on Pillar to Post here with some 2K25 action. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. Hope you're all enjoying your weekend. And thank you for joining us here tonight on Pillar to Post. How's it going, Yeti Bloodyard?
Well, it's going pretty damn good. We're just gonna go, like you said earlier, we're gonna be going over WrestleMania 41 and some of the fuckery. And there was a lot of fuckery.
Well, and we're also gonna kind of talk about what's been going on throughout the week of WWE, and I believe the course correction that is going on right now as well.
Right.
So, we've got Evie Bloodyard in the house. We've got, let's see what she's saying here. I'm at a family barbecue trying to watch, but distracted, but still here to support. Awesome. Yes. Evie, you know we love you. You know we love you. But family always comes first. So if you can't be here with us fully, it's all right. We're going to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, we know you love you despite what Pete said about you earlier.
Hey now. Hey. I love that woman like she's a little sister of mine, okay?
Right. But not in a rural way.
What? Not in a what?
Rural way.
No. Eddie is here too. Oh, Edie. Edie? Oh, Meanie. Meanie's in the house.
Yeah.
I love Meanie. Meanie and Evie are awesome. Always have been for this channel. You want to have a great time. When they're in the chat, it's always a great time.
Right. Remember, you have Evie, Edie, and Eddie.
Yes. Evie,
Is
Edie,
that...
and okay, is it Evie, Edie, or Eddie?
It's Edie.
It's Edie. Okay, so I did pronounce it correctly earlier. Edie.
Yeah, right.
Edie and Meanie.
Edie, yeah.
Okay.
Edie and then Evie. Yes, you got it.
We are a week removed from WrestleMania 41. You and I both wanted to cover it both nights. You ended up with a stomach flu of some sort, or and then lost your voice.
Yep.
I ended up walking my dog and stepping in a fucking hole, and tore a muscle just slightly, enough to cause a lot of pain.
Right.
But
yes. I'm glad you're doing it.
You know, we're both feeling better now, so we're going to take the time to review our thoughts on WrestleMania 41. Ooh, we got Meanie Marbles in the house too. Edie, short for Edith.
Yeah. Edith. Yeah, Edith.
You know, I always want... No, never mind. Not going to stop. Stop right there, Pete. Don't fucking say it.
Oh, my God.
Don't fucking say it.
Yeah, I was going to stab you.
Okay. So, night one, Saturday. I'm going to bring up this shit here that I got here. What the fuck are you doing? No, not that. Fuck you. See, I'm prepared, but not prepared, you know? You know how it works.
Right.
Okay, so night one. We start off with Jey Uso taking on Gunther for the world title. Leading up to this, it was constant attacks from Gunther on Jey, choking him out, and then attacking his brother afterwards and bathing in his blood.
Yes. And then wiping it across his chest and face.
It was a beautiful sight, and I don't need blood that often in wrestling, but that fit.
No.
That's
what they call it color.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's why they call it color, because you use it very judiciously. It's not
exactly.
It's not supposed to be a blood fest, you know.
No.
Bloodletting.
Now here's my problem. You had all that leading up, and they did it in very short increments.
Yeah.
There was no real big story between these two other than Jey Uso had lost 3 times in a row to Gunther already.
Right. Right.
However, it comes fight night where you're there, WrestleMania 41 is supposed to be a fantastic fucking night.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna shit on the show. I'm not. But
No. No.
you and I made some predictions, and the way I seen this working out,
Okay.
Jey Uso needed to be baptized in blood.
Yeah.
He needed to either bleed or Gunther needed to bleed. Either one of these men, but both needed to be covered in this blood.
Right.
There,
Yeah. So I know.
if my brother
Yeah.
was ever attacked, I would fucking bathe in the some bitch's blood that attacked my brother.
Right.
Instead, we had it was a fine match,
Yes.
but the ending.
Yeah. The end. I think he should have. It should have been. It should have been a clean. It should have been a pin.
No, actually not. I don't mind.
Not
I
that.
don't mind the submission. I don't.
Yeah.
But they should have taken a page out of Bret Hart and Stone Cold's book.
Yeah.
It should have been Gunther passing out,
Yeah.
rear naked choke, and make that fucker look so good. Both of these guys are drenched in blood, and I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit which one of them bled, but Jey Uso needed to show he earned the right to be world champion, because leading up to this, he didn't earn shit.
Oh. Yeah.
His music and the yeet is what has
Yeah,
made
God.
him. His in-ring
Right.
talent has sucked. I don't give a
Like,
shit.
no original move.
No,
Well, to me, and we touched upon that. No original move set. No original move.
absolutely nothing. You know,
And if he and here's the thing: if there was gonna be a a submission, it should have been a new submission.
it should have been
A new something Gunther didn't see coming, and it was like and that's like when the Undertaker introduced the Hell's Gate.
exactly. It should have been something different, because his repertoire is everything that he did with his brother in a tag team, and then he took Roman Reigns' spear and made it even shittier than it already looks.
Right. A variation of the Superman. A variation of the Superman punch.
Yep.
He has.
And then he does the whole rock throw punches, but he spits in his hand before he slaps the guy.
Right.
I'm looking at it as
we're being cursed by Meanie right now.
oh, we're being cursed.
Anyways.
Why? Did we hurt her feelings somehow? I think Pete laughed at your name, Meanie. No, I wasn't laughing at the name.
Yeah.
I was not. No.
Yeah.
No, I almost said something pervy, okay? That's why I stepped back and said, no, can't do it.
He said, "Eat it." That's what he wanted to say. Yeah, I gotcha. Anyways,
I'm gonna get in trouble if she's a married woman. I'm gonna get in trouble for being an asshole.
no, she's not married.
But this whole thing, it was based on being attacked week after week after week. There's no real story behind it. This guy comes out, he cuts one good promo. He comes out, no yeet. He even asks the fans, "Hey, cut the yeet out for now. This is business." Right. He's all serious, and slaps the fucking microphone out of Gunther's hand before he's allowed to speak, and delivers the best promo this guy has ever fucking cut in his career.
In his 15-year career,
Yep.
It's like,
And then the following week, he fucking yeets his heart out until he's gassed the fuck out, standing on top of the announce table. He can barely fucking talk, so instead, he lets the yeet go again. And then the match happens. There's no blood. There's no real fire.
Right.
And it ends with the lamest fucking rear naked choke I have ever seen. And Gunther tapping out within, 15 fucking seconds?
seconds, right?
What did they get told? Time ran out.
I bet you it was. I bet
Bring
it
it
was.
home, brothers, because you got no more time. And what got me is the footage afterwards. CM Punk and this
Yeah,
kid meeting in the
right,
in the backstage area, and
right.
CM Punk tells this kid repeatedly, "Steal the show."
So yes,
It doesn't matter
he
that
didn't.
CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins are in the fucking main event. He's telling this
Right.
kid, "Steal the fucking
You
show."
know, well, that's what you should all do. You get like when it's your time. You know.
What are they going to do?
Right. Yeah.
Fucking, give a little bit of color. They're going to say, "Fucking great job. You fucking earned it."
Yes.
No, no. Now the next following Monday after WrestleMania, the fans are all fucking yeeting and fucking screaming, "You deserve it." No, you didn't fucking earn it. You didn't deserve it.
Right.
You gave a lackluster match, and it should have been match of the night.
Yeah.
It should not
Oh yeah.
have
That's what they're building up for.
it should not have fallen on CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns to save the fucking first night.
Yes, I know that because that was set up for it. That was set up for it. You know.
Let's see. Oh, Meanie says that's
That
fine
was
then. Okay, that's fine.
right.
Right on.
Yeah. If you read,
That's
you
a
read the rest of
normal,
it.
healthy reaction to seeing me. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. I'm safe. Okay. Whew. I was worried.
You read what Evie said before that.
Let me see. I think Pete laughed at your name. Yeah, I read that part. Starts a special
No,
curse ceremony for Pete. And yeah, oh, for fuck's sakes.
now look
Pete
below
wants
that.
to do you in the butt. No, no, I never said I wanted to do her in the butt.
Oh, now he says it's not good enough, Meanie.
No,
It's not
no.
good
Oh,
enough.
for fuck's sakes, man. Fuck's sakes.
Yep. I'm just
Um,
helping out. I'm helping a friend out here. You know.
yeah. You're helping me, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put me in
Yeah.
the,
Come
you
on.
put me in the fucking early grave. That's what you're doing. Um,
Yeah.
so you
That's what
basically
friends are for.
you basically got my gist of how I feel about
Right.
this opening match, and to me, it really should have been the blowaway match where it was like fucking violent as
That's
fuck,
that's what it's right.
and it should have stole the entire show and put the main event to shame.
Yes.
That should have been Jay's goal in this matchup.
Right.
So you give me
Yeah.
your
And that,
thoughts, and let's see which direction you would have gone.
I think like I stated earlier, it should have been a little bit. It should have been a little more brutal. You Like, and it should have been a real struggle for Jay. I think he should have been. Gunther should have just been beating the crap out of him, and then boom, he makes his comeback. But it didn't go like that.
No,
It
like
just
it should have been a massacre basically right from the get go.
yes,
Gunther
right.
should have been punishing him
It,
repeatedly.
it should have looked. It should look like it should have. They should have made it look like Gunther was going to squash him.
Yeah,
They should have, within the first couple minutes, Gunther just beating him, and Jay has to dig down deep, and fight back, and something Gunther, like goes and goes and taunts the fans, and that's when his ego is his downfall.
yeah.
It's in
It,
his hubris.
after a while, it should have been more
Yeah,
on Gunther's part. It should have been more, more playing with him. Like
that's what I meant.
he's already like fucking roadkill, so he's just
Right,
playing with him.
right.
But
He could no. Or they should have done like where like he does the old school pin, then picks him up, and then
yeah,
gets up and lets him, you know,
just toying with him.
like
Like a
yeah,
dog
drag it.
chewing on its favorite toy. That's
Right,
what it should have been.
right,
After like about halfway through the match, that's when
yeah,
the toying around should have started, because it's like,
right,
look at this
right,
fucking idiot challenging me for the fourth
yeah.
fucking time. Look what's happening to him. That's
Look at
how it
this.
should have
Then him
played out.
taunting, like look here. Oh, you're gonna lose. No, here, I'll help you. I'll let you. Let's play more. Let's play. I want to play with you more. I'm not done. That like that.
Yeah, Evie, I do not prefer queef butt. No, You sick woman. Sick. I love you, but
Yeah,
you're sick.
yeah. If that's it, I forgive him.
Um, but
Anyway, yeah.
what I had hoped
No, but
for,
that's what I meant.
what I had hoped for the next night on like not the next night, but Monday Night Raw,
Right, right,
is him coming out there showing that he is the champion. No, you know what we've seen? We've seen him at the scrum afterwards, fucking so
right,
drunk he couldn't put together a coherent
right.
sentence.
Well, I know.
Why they even thought to allow him up there and make himself look like a
Right,
fucking clown.
right, right,
This is the guy you're hanging your hat on and saying
right.
he's our champion.
Well, but in the back of their mind, in the back of like Triple H minds, okay, so they're not gonna let him have it long if that he
No,
can't handle
I
that.
don't see him being. He's no more than a transitional champion. The only thing that got
That's what
him is the popularity of the Yeet because
right.
he's not popular. His music and the fucking Yeet is popular.
No, right,
Anyone can argue with me about it. There's enough proof
mhm,
in the pudding.
right.
No.
Yeah,
But Jey Uso's our champion. We got it right. That was our first pick.
right.
And we everyone knew it. Everyone knew he was going to walk away the winner. No ifs, ands, or buts
Yeah,
about it.
right,
So that's 1 point for both of us.
right.
World Tag Team Championship title was next. The New Day, or like yesterday, went up.
Yesterday,
Went
old day,
went up
old
against
day.
the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar.
Right,
Um, I said it that night. It's like Kofi and Xavier are going to win.
you're right.
They haven't
Because
done fuck all with the War Raiders.
right, no,
I wasn't very interested in this match. This was a Monday Night Raw match.
yeah. It was a top. It was okay. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't WrestleMania quality.
No, it was
That's what
not.
I'm saying.
And the way they won. Yes, they needed to win dirty because it told the story of them being a heel.
Right. Yeah,
But simply holding on to one leg.
yeah.
And that is how
Oh,
you
I know.
get the fucking pinfall. You know how easy someone
Right,
hold my leg, I can roll to a side still.
right,
It's not fucking
right.
hard. It's not fucking
No,
science. It's just a
no,
movement. That one grabbing one leg is not going to stop fuck all.
no,
That should have
no.
been a lot more thought out.
Right.
Um,
But that was just the throwaway match.
yeah, it
Anyways.
was. It was a Monday Night Raw match at best.
That's right.
Like
Like
I
I
don't
said, it.
I don't have any more to say about it other than like it
No.
was. It just I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. They need, and like I said, they need to do. And I don't think you're ever going to get a decent tag division out of
No,
WWE.
no, not anymore.
It
Those days are long gone.
no, because that's just the general mechanics Vince put in, and they're just going to roll with it because.
Yeah. Um, it looks like SmackDown is trying to do something with tag teams now. I do like seeing that, but we'll get
Right.
into that later on.
Right.
But this match, like we both said, it was a throwaway. It was a Monday Night Raw match at best.
Okay.
The next match, now my pick to win because it made more sense was Naomi, but I did say they'd probably run with Jade.
Right.
But I really wanted Naomi to win because it made more sense for her to win.
You're right.
How long has she
Yes.
been with the company? She's been with them since she was a Funkadactyl. Do you
Yeah.
remember
I
that
know.
shit?
Oh gosh. Oh god. Yeah. Poor Brodus Clay.
Oh,
you know.
having to live through that, and then once she
Oh.
turned into a wrestler, the shit
Yeah.
she had to go through then, all the way till
Oh my
now,
god. Yeah.
the glow
Right.
lasted way too fucking long.
Right.
She
Oh, I know.
she gets released, makes a bigger name for herself in TNA and in the Indies, comes
Right.
back. She's been with the company again for a couple of years at that point. Jade gets brought in, what is it, a year ago?
Yeah.
A little over a
About a
year
little
ago.
bit before. Yeah. A little bit before Punk. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Jade did not need to win this match. It made no sense for her to win this match.
Right.
No, Naomi just went heel. What a way to
Yes.
push a woman. And to me, that was probably one of the best matches of her career.
Yep.
She moved a lot more fluid. It was more of a fight, not instead of relying on moves like her wrestling moves. She was relying on more of
Right.
a brawl tactic.
Oh, right.
It fit.
Yes.
It fits being a heel. It fit that match.
Right.
She looked better in that ring than Jade did.
Yeah.
And I've got nothing bad to say about either of these women. Jade, I think, should have been in NXT for at least a year before she got brought into the main roster.
Right.
My opinion.
Right. And I think. Right. No, I
Um,
think. I think. Right. Yeah. I think she needed another year. They wanted to strike while the iron is hot. I
yeah.
guess.
Well, yeah, she had a
Or-
big following from AEW. Like
Right,
that played a
that's-
big part in it. And they
I
wanted
put it on the fast track.
they wanted to poke Tony Khan a little bit and say, "Hey, look, we
Yep.
can make her into something that you couldn't."
Right.
Wrong tactic to make on someone's career, you know, especially when they
Right.
are as inexperienced as Jade is.
Right.
Overall, a good match. There was a little bit of hiccups in there, but I mean, Naomi did really
Every match.
good. Jade took the win. Naomi should have won it, though.
Right.
The story called for Naomi to win.
Right.
But you guessed Jade Cargill.
Right. Right.
I kind of did, but it's like my mind was going, it would tell a better story if it was Naomi.
Better story, but and I think the angle they're going to is Jade getting her revenge for being taken out.
Yeah, I know, but there wasn't enough done with
I
that.
I know, but that's how that's what they're just checking off the boxes on that one.
Yeah,
That's what
I know, but I mean, like, we'll
Yeah.
we'll get into last night's show, or well, it's for me, it's already after it's Sunday already, so we'll get into Friday's show later. But up next, the match I was really waiting for. Jacob Fatu going up against LA Knight for the United States
Yes.
title.
Title.
If you don't like Jacob Fatu, you are so fucking dumb.
No.
You're broken inside.
Yes.
That guy's got the right kind of aggression, the right kind of, just he channels that right kind of rage in that ring. Just
And it brings
everything.
you that, and it harkens back to the old school Samoan, hits. Samoans,
yeah.
his squad, but his legacy, but how Samoans they were crazy,
Oh yeah, just
they weren't they weren't yeeting and
No.
all that crap.
no. They were like literally like Fatu, fucking just bring the heat.
Right.
We both picked him for the win. We knew what was going to happen. LA Knight.
Yes.
LA Knight deserved a
Yeah.
better run for his second time as a
Yeah.
United States
Right.
champion, but they
Right.
failed to do so. Because of that, he's been kind of losing the attention of the fans.
Right.
And,
the interest of WWE.
Yeah.
too.
and
Yeah, I know.
so that's going to play a big part of him either winning or losing at WrestleMania. And frankly, to me, it cost him the match. They dropped the ball on him too many times.
Right. Plus Jacob coming with so hot.
Oh yeah, especially when he
That's what
cut that very first promo on the Titantron.
you're right.
Oh my
Yep.
lord, when he fucking spoke, I was like, that's the guy I want to watch.
And yep. And I think that's another thing. Jacob coming in and being being hot.
Yeah.
They said, okay, so so what are they gonna do? We got to slap a title on him. So sorry, LA.
Meanie says Pete just wants Naomi because he's been bumping uglies with Sensuasa for about a year now on his soggy couch. Oh my lord.
Oh yeah.
Since Swasha and Rhubarb Arena want to be called the fuck suck dactyls in RWO from the no. A great match. Jacob Fatu always looks good. LA Knight,
Yeah,
LA Knight looks good too, but Jacob
yes,
just he overpowers him in every way. Um,
yes,
I've noticed it over time. LA Knight kind of starts to blunder his promos a little bit,
yeah.
and it, it's not really a different match when you see him in the ring. It's usually
No,
the same setup all the time, and
BFT.
yeah,
Right,
such is wrestling too. A lot of guys fall into that
right,
where it's like it's very choreographed looking after a bit.
right. Well, they have their little their 10 little notes that they want to do, and this is how we're gonna follow it.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, what I had been hoping was Solo interfering somehow in this match, and Jacob
Right,
Fatu just saying, "That's it.
right,
I'm fucking done with you."
right.
But no, there was no interference. It was a
No,
clean match, and it was a clean victory. I
I
don't.
think that's what they wanted.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
mind that at
No.
all.
And when they do that, they're putting a lot of stock in you.
Yeah.
When you know.
The next match was unpredictable because, well, we didn't know who was going to be fighting El Grande Americano
Oh no, yes.
because
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio
Right.
injured himself on
Right.
SmackDown.
Right. Yes.
So there's no way to predict
Yeah.
this. We went with El Grande Americano
Yeah.
anyway.
Right. Because that's
Yeah, and we knew there was going to be fuckery.
yes.
And that's exactly what happened. He used the fucking metal plate in his mask
Right. Right.
and knocked out Ray Phoenix.
Right.
Ray Phoenix looks fantastic in that ring.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And right before this match, they also announced that they had purchased AAA.
Yeah. Jupiter Luchador. Yeah.
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 Which is like amazing. And there was a lot of people shitting on it already, too, that, their WWE is basically going to ruin Mexican wrestling because they bought AAA.
No, they're going to leave it alone. They're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
let them. They're.
I think they're going to create something new and big out of it.
Right.
I don't care if it's part of the NXT franchise. I don't care if it's
Right.
remains
Right.
AAA. I don't fucking care. Alls I think is it's another place where they can
A different-
branch out, and the people that are in catering here can go over there to learn something from the
You're right.
Mexican promotion.
Right.
You
Yes.
know, start making
Right.
your employees work instead of sitting at catering and getting fat off their fucking shit food.
Oh yeah.
Overall, not a bad match. I thought it was sad that
Yeah.
Chad Gable couldn't have his first WrestleMania as himself.
Right.
But,
But
you knew these guys were going to deliver. As soon as I heard it was Ray Phoenix,
right.
they're going to
Right.
deliver.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No, I didn't have any big special attachments to this match. It didn't really mean
Oh,
anything to me because there's no story in it.
it's another throwaway
Yeah.
match. Filler. It's filler. For the main event.
Which, if they would have cut out some of the filler, it probably would have made it
Yeah.
a better show.
Yes. But they want to give people. They want. It's a big attraction. They want to get at. You know. A lot of. They want to. They want to fill the card and keep the house moving. And we keep.
Evie says Yeti wants to be a Mexican luchador in 2K25. Yeti Berto El Pito Grande. Quite the fucking name you thought up there, Yeti.
Huh? Yep.
Okay,
Pito Grande.
the next match is what I think everyone was worried about. The
Yes.
WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton, defending her title against the Queen, Charlotte
Yes.
Flair.
Right.
So much to be said about this feud. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Yep.
The build-up was complete shit.
Yep.
It was a whole lot of Charlotte basically demeaning Tiffany Stratton.
And fucking up what they had written out. I mean, Tiffany kind of hit it out that what they worked out, and Charlotte went to business for herself
Yeah,
on
as
that
always,
on
like the promos before that, the interview that they did, yelling over top of Tiffany and getting personal, and
right,
then having a tantrum when it's done
right,
back at her.
right,
That all led into
and
the show, and there was it wasn't the best match from either side.
no, no,
Charlotte showed that she is weaker than ever,
yes,
and that kind of fits with all the fucking face jobs she's had done lately. Um,
yep. She got a butt of face.
oh yeah, yeah,
You know.
butter body too. Um,
Yeah, God.
just all the way around. She looked,
Right.
she looks sick. She looks weak. She looks like she's got an eating disorder,
Yes.
and an addiction to plastic surgery. Just saying.
Right.
But that
Yep.
all aside,
Right.
um, it looked like there was times where it got very personal in that ring. That there were some liberties taken,
Yes.
but they worked it through. Tiffany won, which we both said she should, but
She should have. Yes.
we also said it's Charlotte Flair. She's probably going to get it.
Right. Right.
So we were wrong but right at the same time because we both
Right.
said Tiffany should win this. She should retain,
Right.
but it was not a good match.
No. She
And
was brought in, and she was brought in because Tiffany said she was a fan of Charlotte Flair and work with her and build her was to build her up.
yeah,
You know. And we'll get into another one with Becky Lynch and Val.
oh yeah, there was that. Oh, we're going to go into night two
We'll build
soon.
and that, but I mean that's how it should have been. We'll
Yeah.
get into that.
Um, Meanie says Charlotte smiles like Seth Green now.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yeah, I don't know. This
Yeah.
should, as much as Charlotte Flair is built up, the fans know, like the real fans know, and they've seen all the mistakes she's made, all the blunders she makes in that ring, all the botches she makes in that ring. They don't see
Yes.
her as the best women's wrestler ever. I don't understand that
No.
moniker like a lot of podcasters like to give her. Um, it makes
There-
no sense. She has
There's,
never been
there's
the
smoke.
greatest.
Yeah, they're smoking the Flair brand. Because
Yeah.
the legacy of Flair. Well,
I
and
don't give a
she did.
shit. The legacy of Flair was ruined years ago when he decided not to fucking stay retired.
When Sean Vince, and WWE gave him the perfect send off.
Yep.
You know. And you
He's,
ruined that.
Charlotte,
And
I don't think Charlotte was ready for this match at all.
no,
I
no,
don't think she was properly trained. I think she was going in very hot already because she knows she's got to prove that she is what everyone calls her, and that is the best. And she
right,
failed. She failed with her promos. She failed with her in-ring ability, and she failed to stay professional.
right. Yeah. Well, she kind of went like that one with Ronda Rousey. Remember
Well, and
the
also
first
Becky
time?
Lynch as well.
Yes. You know. And remember, Ronda Rousey called her out on it, and she caught shit for it. I mean,
Yep.
I'm not a Ronda Rousey fan, but it proves that the Ronda Rousey kind of has a point that she had it. They gave her shit while she was there, and didn't make her feel like she should be.
Yeah.
And made it where she no longer wanted to be there. You know.
Now, the
So
pictures
yeah,
I've seen, and they showed a picture of Stratton on was it SmackDown last night or was that Monday Night Raw? But it looked like her teeth were chipped in the front, but at the
yeah,
scrums her teeth were fine. So was that
right.
just like lipstick or blood? I
Probably lipstick. Probably
yeah.
lipstick. It was probably lipstick.
because it looked
Probably
like she
lipstick.
like had her teeth busted.
No, it's probably the lipstick because that.
But yeah, not a satisfactory match for especially for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Well,
Eh,
you could tell afterwards her response. She was not happy with that
no,
match. Strat,
no.
and she's
She had a right to be.
and she was right, but she was very diplomatic and very professional when she said, "Oh, I'm still," I think said, "Don't meet your heroes because you'll be disappointed," and I think she was thoroughly disappointed. Let's see who Charlotte Flair really was.
I'm gonna
You right,
Yeah, I'm gonna read Meanie's comment first. Tiffany needs a neck.
yeah,
When Meanie first said that last week, I didn't get it. Then I
yeah,
googled Seth Green and compared their smiles, and they do look the same.
yeah,
It's fucking weird.
yeah, yeah.
Meanie also says about Tiffy, she's built like SpongeBob SquarePants.
You will not be able to see that.
No. Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't know what they do with Charlotte following this because I think she needs a lot of work. I do.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about plastic surgery either.
I know. I was about to say that.
She's done enough. She's done enough.
I don't. I think her in-ring career is over.
Well, yeah, but for her to say that she wants to beat her father's record of 16-0. I mean 16 world titles. I'm sorry.
Right.
You
Don't
are
give that
looking
to
at
her.
it from a wrong perspective.
Right.
You are in
She
the women's division, and your father was fighting in a men's division. It is completely different. You tying him as a record of 16 titles means fuck all.
No.
It doesn't.
And what is it? And plus, he's actually has more because if you count all it's like 22, 23, maybe if you count all the territories, all promotions.
Well,
yeah.
but they have this rule: if it was not televised, it does not count.
Right.
Which is very odd.
And it's a Vince thing.
Yeah, and WWE does the same thing. Like if a title changes hand at a house show, that does not get recognized even when they go back to television the next day.
Right.
So it's very very odd, but I get it. It's to gauge the reaction of the fans, how they would feel if so and so would defeat so and so for the world title. I get that. But I mean, for that not to go in the record books because it was untelevised makes no sense to me.
It's also a cheap pop for the house show.
Poor Charlotte Flair has cut off so much skin off her face that now whenever she blinks, her butt cheeks clap. Oh my god! Oh my god! She hears her own standing ovations. Fucking beautiful. You women are fucking beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. I know.
Match of the night, in my opinion, and I think pretty close to being match of both nights. Triple threat, no titles on the line, just Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner. His one wish. The favor that he made everyone wait for how many fucking weeks?
Yes.
It was good. The whole setup.
Good
By far, CM Punk was the best on the mic out of all three of them.
Oh yeah.
Including, you go and throw in Paul Heyman, then CM Punk and Paul Heyman were the best guys on the mics throughout this whole fucking fiasco.
Yeah.
I can't get on board with Seth Rollins. His voice is so fucking annoying, and all he does is hang on the hat of CM Punk, left WWE, was gone for 10 years, spent time in another company before he returned to WWE 10 years later.
Oh, he didn't return my calls.
Yeah.
He sounded like a jilted girlfriend.
But
You know? Yeah, he does.
you watch the interviews of CM Punk talking about when he left. He's made it clear
Yeah.
he cut ties with everyone in professional wrestling because he needed to heal physically, emotionally, and mentally.
And he thought he was done. He thought he was done.
Yeah.
He thought he was done. You know?
But I mean, he's been back for over a year at this point, and this is the
Yeah.
only thing we've ever heard out of Seth Rollins' mouth. He's a
Right,
cancer.
right.
He must go. We have to get rid of him. You know,
And he, but he,
I became tired of it after like 2 months in.
right. He didn't do it as good as Drew McIntyre did.
No, Drew and Punk had a
See,
fucking record-setting feud.
right,
They blew everyone out of the water with that feud last year.
right. And I don't think that. And I think Seth was trying to ride the coattails on that.
Well, you can't ride coattails when you don't know how to get on a coattail.
Right. Well, he wears them
Yeah?
and other things.
Seth Rollins reminds me of Milhouse from The Simpsons. Just remove the beard. You'll see it. You know what?
Oh my god, I see it.
She's probably not wrong. Probably
Yeah,
not wrong. Fucking hell. She's on fire tonight, man. And they're at a barbecue. They're at a barbecue.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hell. What kind of barbecue you having? Huh? You got some brisk going? You know, like fucking steaks and like goddamn. Great match overall though. The swerve I didn't see coming the way it did.
Right.
Some
people did, but they didn't predict how it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know.
I kind of was. I picked CM Punk to win.
Same here.
And
so that was our first one we got wrong.
Yeah, and it ends up with Paul Heyman giving CM Punk the steel chair to use on, the tribal chief.
Right.
And I knew the fix was in as soon as Paul Heyman came into the ring.
And with the chair, yes. You know, I go, and the look he had.
Yeah, the old nut shot to the groin of CM Punk. He hands the tribal chief the chair, goes completely ape shit on CM Punk's back.
Yeah,
and then he points over to Seth and he's like, "Over there, remember the shield, you know?"
Yeah.
And as he's about to lay it into to Seth, another uppercut, and what got me laughing in this matchup, the uppercut, he realized his fist caught the chair.
Yeah.
So you see Paul Heyman's fist and forearm in between Roman's fucking legs, and he's like,
trying to jack him off.
Oh, well, that came to mind, but it's like, fuck, I didn't connect. I better fucking make it look good, you know? Rollins takes out Roman Reigns and curb stomps him. What got me, though, he's been so high on ending Punk, but he didn't curb stomp Punk. He curb stomped and pinned Roman Reigns.
Right.
It made no sense to me the way he ended it, so that told my mind, okay, that feud's continuing.
Yes.
That feud has not ended yet. There's a lot more to tell, which I don't mind, but I'm hoping with Paul Heyman now helping Seth Rollins that his promo work gets better, his storytelling gets better. Because for now, like up until this point, it's been rinse and repeat for him.
Right.
You left and you said this bad thing about me on social media and you went to AEW. You didn't give a shit about our company and all the people here. Well, fuck off. Grow the fuck up. You're not a child anymore. You know?
It's like what Punk told him, you sound like a jealous girlfriend.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's Punk said that. It was funny.
To me, match of the night, also match of all of Mania
Yes.
41.
Right.
Just because
And we'll,
night 2 was disappointing.
because we have. Oh, we'll get into night two because someone fucked up with that. Someone got involved and did some fucked up that up by throwing a tantrum and not
Yeah.
showing up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So night 2. Anything you want to add to the Punk, Rollins, and Reigns match before I move on?
No.
No. Okay.
No, that was that. No, is that I was like I said, I was surprised, and I like that,
Yeah. We got
and,
that one. There, we both emphatically stated CM Punk was winning that.
right,
I didn't take into account the swerve from Paul Heyman. I
right,
really should have,
right.
but you know what?
Same here.
And it's not that I'm a huge CM Punk fan. It's the storytelling that he does in that ring. Now, there's some
Right.
people that have
Yes.
an issue with him, and like one I heard was because he really pushes that straight edge lifestyle on people, and even at the Hall of Fame when Stone Cold cracked open a beer, he
Yeah.
quietly left the stage
Yes.
because he doesn't want to
Yeah.
be shown to be a part of that culture.
Right. Right.
I get that, but it doesn't make him a bad person. You
No.
know. Um,
And I think, like I said, he adopts that because he's afraid he can become that way
yeah. Which
because of what he
I
went.
had the same problem. Like I'm having a drink tonight, but I had the
Right.
same problem. I grew up with
Right.
an alcoholic parent. Well, two
Right.
alcoholic parents
Right.
plus pill poppers, and then my grandfather was
Right.
both grandfathers were alcoholics.
Right.
So that fear was always in me. I can sit and have one drink and I'm good.
Right.
Whereas a
Right.
lot of people they can't, especially when they grew
That's
up in an abusive drunken house.
right.
They and I grew up like that, so my
Right.
fear was always turned into that. So I know when to cut down. Like
Right.
one drink, I'm good. I'm done for the night.
Right.
So I get that. I get him like not wanting to be a part of that culture. I get him pushing that straight edge society style on
Right.
people. I get it.
Right.
Um, Night 2, Sunday night.
Yes.
Now we both predicted this match correctly. We both said Io Sky was going to win. It was a triple threat. Io
Yes.
Sky is the champion.
Right.
Pushed
Yes.
down, pushed aside, ignored by Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, which
Yes.
both of them really pushed heel tendencies leading up to this match.
Yeah.
Every confrontation with Io and Bianca and Rhea, it all ended up with Io being pushed aside.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, do I think Io Sky deserves to be champion? No, I don't. I don't think, though, it's time for Rhea Ripley to be a champion again, and definitely Bianca is far from ready.
Not right. Right. And I think and for now they want it on a true baby face.
Yeah.
The title. I mean,
Oh, I am missing comments here. Let me see what's being said here in the chat. I shoved 3 vodka shots down Evie's throat. Meanie says, against my will. Meanie says, Queef
yeah.
is here. He says, ooga.
Ooga.
I just don't like his weird Pepsi logo tattoo. Yeah, I found that weird too. Even he says it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
He said he didn't.
if you met my parents or Evie's parents, your parents would look like angels. I don't think so. I would go further into it, but not. That's on another night. Especially Evie says me. I mean, Lucifer was an angel,
I
right?
know.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Overall, it was a good match. It was like to me,
Yeah.
out of all of the matches, this would be runner up.
Yes. Second. Yeah.
Yeah,
This was a good one.
all 3 of these
But, yeah,
women
and-
did a great job.
And as far as how the story played out, the right person won.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I think everyone's experienced that, being pushed aside, being pushed down, being cast out. and finally getting that revenge and saying, you might have thought less of me, but I'm
Yeah,
standing on top.
underestimating. Yeah, you forget. Yeah, because you got to remember, I'm the champion. I'm a champion for a reason. It's like, and and you guys lost because you're too worried about uh, each other. Oh God, yeah.
Um, I'm not playing your school ground playground rules where, oh, my parents were worse than yours. No, Evie, I'm not going that route.
Yeah,
Yeah, Io Sky
I,
winning was the right choice.
yeah. I would say Evie's parents are worse than yours. Uh,
I don't know. I'm not going to compare our
I know,
stories on this.
I, I, I
Um,
know,
the,
but that's
yeah,
yeah,
that's on like a reveal night of like, this is my past and I'm letting it out.
right. Yeah,
Confessions from an angry Viking.
right.
Another match that I had no interest in. I thought it was a SmackDown match at best, and that was the Sin City Street Fight: Drew McIntyre versus
God,
Damian Priest.
race that.
Man, I expected these guys to go through the fucking fans. I expected fucking tables to be shattered and fucking violence galore. I expected there to be color in this match,
You always said right, and
especially since we didn't get color out of the Gunther and Jey Uso match. I expected it
right.
here.
A street fight. If you're saying this is Sin City street fight, you get
My God, there's been fucking guys putting like 2 bullets in the back of their brain pan in Sin City,
yes,
and
yes,
and there was blood involved. Like,
yes.
you did Sin City wrong with this match here. Now, Drew McIntyre, to me, this was a downgrade of what he deserved from last year. He might
Yes,
have lost the feud against CM Punk, but by
yes.
God, him and CM Punk took it to another
Well,
level, a level we haven't seen in WWE in a long time.
long
Storytelling,
time.
trash talking, everything
I
involved.
well over 20 years.
Yeah,
Well over 20 years.
it was perfect. And then we get transgender Taker, and I'm sorry, I know he's not a transgender, okay,
No,
but
no.
he's trying so hard to be the next fucking phenom, the next fucking Undertaker. It's
Right,
obvious, it's ridiculous, and it looks
right.
fucking pathetic.
I liked when he tried to do the old school.
Yeah.
Everyone's but they did what everyone said. If someone did that to you, is hold on your hands, try to rock it. You just yank them and they
Mm-hmm.
fall on them. I said, yeah, and
And like, if you're
yeah,
going to mimic the Undertaker and do old school, but make it your own, a crossbody is the last thing you do. Especially when you see a guy like Lance Archer walk those
right.
ropes like the Undertaker and then do a moonsault off the
Off of it.
ropes.
Right.
Like, it just, a crossbody that looks
Right.
lazy. It looks like I'm not even trying. And to me, you're a big dude. Just drop the arm. Just drop
Yeah.
the arm like the Undertaker. Pay tribute that
Yeah.
way, because a crossbody makes you look
Exactly.
like a silly bitch.
Right. Yep. And then McIntyre just yanked him and he fell on the
Yep.
ropes. Yep. And that's what you do. That
To me, Drew McIntyre deserved this win. He got the win. We got another one
Yes.
right. It
Yes.
wasn't worth a WrestleMania spot. Drew McIntyre is
No.
worth a WrestleMania spot, but this
And
match was not.
he carried that match.
Yes.
Drew McIntyre. Yes.
Let's
Because
see. Oh, Fred Starr
it,
is here. Worst one
hey Fred.
ever. Uh,
Yes.
let's see. Fred Starr starts with WrestleMania 41 was a disappointment in general. And then Meanie Girl question mark transgender Taker. Worst one ever, says
Yep.
Fred Starr. Send him a
Yeah.
circus contract stat.
Trans
I agree with
transgender.
all of them.
Yep. Yep.
And I get the transgender Taker from it happened. What was it? The last WrestleMania when that's what was the was blowing up fucking Twitter and social media.
Yeah.
Everyone calling this
Yeah.
guy fucking transgender taker. Because
Right.
everyone's seen
And
it
then,
then. You're trying too hard to be Undertaker.
right. And
Um,
then I think, yeah, and then it was used on him. What wrestler used it on him?
I can't remember.
Remember if it's some. I want it wasn't Punk.
Happy Sunday to you, Fred. Always glad to have you there, brother. Skull. Having a little bit of Ryan Coke tonight.
Yep.
The following match, WWE Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way Match of the fucking night.
Fucking night. Yes.
Dominic.
Number,
What was that?
I said I think that could be a strong contender for runner-up too.
Yes.
That one too.
Oh, yeah.
All of WrestleMania.
Dominic would face Braun Breaker, who was the champion, Penta, and Finn Balor. Now, it didn't go exactly what we were saying it would, but Dominic was our choice, and the outcome was the same. He did pin Finn Balor. So, you know, there's that animosity, that division in Judgment Day, which we fucking really need.
Yes.
That shit needs to blow up faster than a fucking grenade up fucking Meanie's ass.
He wants to put a grenade in your booty.
I didn't say I wanted to. I said it just needs to happen.
He wants to make you to you.
This by far, everything that happened in this match was good. There was interference.
Good.
Carlito.
Yep.
What's his face?
Braun Breaker. Oh, that spear.
Oh my god. The spear.
JD.
Yeah.
Oh,
that happened.
JD,
that happened Monday.
Yeah. No. Oh, JD. Whatever his name is.
JD McDonut.
Mugrat.
Yeah. The spear. The spear from Braun Breaker from one announce table to the other. It looked fucking brutal as hell. And not just on Carlito. That looked brutal for both men.
Both. Yes.
They don't break the same as the old tables.
No.
But overall, match of the fucking night. Runner up for I you know what? I think it kind of ties with the triple threat on night one.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
It has to tie it because Dominic winning, I think it was the first time he's gotten a pop from the fans in a long time.
Yes.
Like, they didn't even care that, you know, they've been hating on him for, like, how long now since he turned on his daddy? You know?
Yes.
He got a fucking ovation from this shit.
Plus, it was Finn Balor, you know, when he... Yeah. You know,
well,
I think...
He hits the coup de grace on, I think it was Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
And then fucking Dominic hits the fucking frog splash, Eddie Guerrero style.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yep.
You know?
With the chair. Oh, but when he hit him with was it a drop kick or a chair shot he hit on Finn Balor?
I think it was a chair shot.
Yes. And then
I have a wrestler called the Soul Taker, and yes, he is a ripoff. Yes, he would be, because that would go to the Godfather.
Yes.
He wrestles here in Michigan. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everything about this match was perfect in every way.
Right.
It told a story, and it brought the Descent within Judgment Day, which it's been going for how many months now?
Oh, long. Yeah. About almost a long time.
Yeah. I think they're waiting for JD McDonough to return before the split happens.
Yes.
But I think it could have happened this night. I think Balor should have fucking just wrecked him at the end of this match.
Or on Monday Night Raw.
Or Monday Night Raw, yeah. Instead, you know, had JD save, you know, Dominic Mysterio. The Open Challenge. Now, this was hard to pick who was going to win.
Right.
I figured it would be Randy Orton, but what I had hoped
Right.
was it would be what's his fucking name? The GM, Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis, yeah.
I had really hoped it would be him because there was story there.
Right.
That was his second time getting RKO'd by Randy.
Yeah, right. Right. Yes, it was.
And then you also have all these other guys that have been kind of waiting in the back, and waiting.
Right.
And they bring in Joe Hendry, which I got no problem
Yeah.
with.
Right.
And it was a very simple and very quick match.
Yeah.
And it didn't need to
They
be
had
any more than that.
no, because they didn't have the match they wanted.
No.
You know, because of the KO.
Yeah.
You know, so
Joe Hendry's always going to be a fan favorite. Randy Orton's
yes.
way over now.
Right. Yes. Oh yeah.
And after we're done the list, I want to talk about something that's really been bubbling and aggravating me about wrestling as of late. But very short match. Joe Hendry does his pose,
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
the spin around, and the RKO comes out of nowhere. It was beautiful. I laughed my ass off.
Then you could tell Randy when it was Joe Henry, he was just having a ball.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
when he saw his gimmick, oh, Randy was enjoying it.
Oh yeah, and to repeat it afterwards, it was fucking beautiful,
Oh yeah, do that.
Yeah, but he had to end it
And
with
he had
the graceful hands up in the air, like the egotistical
Yeah.
man he is.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
I don't even mind if this happens next year as well, where it's
Right.
like
No.
a call out, open challenge, step up,
Right.
you know. But I don't know. Is he going to be at WrestleMania next year?
No.
Like to me, I look at it as like, dude, protect your neck. Just go
Yeah.
go spend some time with your
He knows.
kids and your wife.
Yeah, I think he knows that.
Yeah.
Because you see that he's not as
Like this is like within this before next WrestleMania. Like you're looking at the future of WWE changing a lot because
right.
John Cena's gone by the end of the
Yeah.
year. You got Rey Mysterio that should have been like fucking retired like what 5 years ago.
Hall of Fame. Hall
Yeah,
of Fame when he got into the Hall of Fame.
yeah. He does not need to be the guy. Like if he wants to be a manager, fine. But I mean, they focus more on him than they do the rest of the LWO and the other Latinos.
Right. No, right.
They got a tag team in LWO that doesn't get used,
Yep.
but they use Dragon Lee and
Right.
fucking Rey Mysterio for tag teams. They're both singles wrestlers. Fuck off with that shit.
No, you gotta. I said, yeah, or like now you have potential with Ray Phoenix with Ray Phoenix and Penta.
Yeah.
But I think now, I hope they don't do that now because Penta has a good singles
Yeah.
run.
But I digress. Pull one out of Taz's fucking playbook. So the open challenge went to Randy Orton with a beautiful defeat. That RKO to nowhere, short, sweet.
Yeah.
A lot of people bitched about it. They basically fucking just killed Joe Hendry. No, they didn't.
No,
Even
they
Joe,
didn't.
even Joe Hendry looked at it and said it was like an initiation.
Initiation.
That
But you-
told him he's got a future in WWE.
Yeah. And then he was on NXT too. That tells me something. But also think about it. And he said, "What is everyone's dream when you're a kid wanting to be a wrestler, to be in WrestleMania?" And here he is,
Yep.
handed to him. Because I don't care if he said he didn't care what the outcome of the match. He said,
Yep.
"I'm at WrestleMania. It's more eyes on him." Because a lot of people go, "Who is this guy?"
Exactly.
You know.
And
so-
he's a fan favorite to boot, so he's got a lot of fucking things happening for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I was saying,
Evie wanted
said-
transgender Mahal to be in Circus Reunion.
oh my god. Oh my God.
Contract is still available. Fred Star says, I have a wrestler called the Soul Taker. Yeah, I read that earlier.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Nothing new. Okay. Um, we move on, which to me this match did not need to happen. It was a match to give Logan Paul to make him happy. I would have rather have seen Karrion Kross in this match taking on AJ Styles than Logan Paul.
Yeah. Right.
Karrion Kross being overlooked time and time again. How long has it been since he's had like a decent wrestling match? He got one 2 weeks ago, and they made him lose right away.
Right.
But before that, how many fucking months was he just in catering and fucking doing little skits in the back? The promo he cut after WrestleMania.
Right.
I know it's a work shoot, but goddamn, there's a lot of feeling in that man coming from those promos because that's fucking bullshit. The promo skills that guy has, the wrestling skills, and the real life fighting skills that man has. That guy is a fucking danger to anyone in that ring, and to have him fucking lose and get put on the shelf time and time again because what the fuck is wrong with him that he's not being pushed?
No, I don't know.
Like, and then fans are going, "Oh, shave your head and your face again."
No.
Why? It's like you look more intimidating when you were fucking bald and clean shaven. No, I thought you looked like a pussy fucking cat. You know?
He looked like a wannabe Aleister Black.
Yeah. You know, it
that's
just the long hair works for him, especially with the work he's been doing on his promos. That kind of like this almost like a cult leader, but not. And just kind of insinuating and putting himself into these situations. And it's like he's getting people to turn evil, you know, like New Day.
Right.
He's doing it with AJ, you know.
Whispering.
Yeah, he's that fucking Pied Piper that's just in everyone's ear and just getting them to bend to his will. Right. But no, we get Logan Paul against AJ Styles.
Yes.
Wow. I'm just amazed. Okay, you know what? Right. Take away everything that you know about the man personally. The guy is pretty good in that ring.
Yes.
Do I want to see him at WrestleMania yet? No, he hasn't fucking earned his keep.
No.
And I'm saying that as not a wrestler, but fuck it, you know, guys have fucking broke their bodies to get where he got, and he didn't have to do fuck all for it.
No.
He's had how many fucking matches? And remember when he got, you know, he became full-time?
Oh, yeah, right.
Fuck you. You are far from full-time. Full-time means you're at every fucking Raw, every SmackDown. I don't give a shit. Either show that you're working for. It means you're wrestling. It means you're fucking storytelling. Yep. His promo skills are not even on the same level as most NXT wrestlers.
No.
But we're supposed to be ecstatic to see this fucking loser at WrestleMania and then defeating a guy like AJ Styles. Okay. Woohoo! Yeah. Fucking excitement of the night right there, man.
How much stock does he own in WWE?
I don't know. But I mean,
I'm just saying.
They're pushing his fucking prime. At least it wasn't the fucking centerpiece of the mat this year.
Oh, God, no.
Like, having a hydration station is enough. That is even an eyesore at ringside. How every fucking wrestler doesn't go through there and fucking kick that fucking thing over during every match, I don't know.
Right.
I'd be the prick that would do that.
Right. Yeah. I'd pee on it.
Yeah. Logan Paul defeats AJ Styles in a throwaway match that could have happened at any given SmackDown. Or Raw.
Any other PLE.
Which show are they on? Is it SmackDown or Raw?
I think it's... Wouldn't it be Raw?
Okay, Raw.
I think it's Raw.
Well, either way, it could have happened on Raw, and I still would have shit all over it. Right. Was it a bad match? No, it wasn't a bad match, but it was not WrestleMania quality.
No.
This match. Okay, there's a lot of fucking bullshit surrounding this match. It's the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. I'm going to go through my thoughts first. Why was the Intercontinental Women's Champion put in a tag team championship match
Right.
when they have
Yeah.
not built her properly as an Intercontinental
Right.
Champion?
Champion. Right.
Um,
That's weird. That,
she should have had an Intercontinental Championship and a proper
right.
feud to
Yeah.
build that title up and her up
Right.
for WrestleMania.
Right.
No, they're going to make a match where it's Bayley and Lyra Valkyria taking on the Judgment Days, Liv Morgan and Raquel. And
Right.
then, what was it, a day before
Yeah.
WrestleMania, they all of a sudden come up with this storyline where Bayley's been injured. She's been attacked
Yeah.
backstage. No
Right.
footage,
Right.
but,
Yeah.
her laying on the
At
ground.
least, you know. Right.
And,
I last minute thing, and I understand, her frustrations. In some of the,
now,
you know.
I'm not big on Bayley for the last, year.
That-
She looks very
Right.
sloppy in the ring. She looks very lazy in the
Right.
ring.
Right.
When she goes up against someone from NXT, it's almost, and this is my opinion alone, it's almost
Right.
like she's purposely sabotaging matches or moves when it comes to these newer talents to make them look bad.
Right.
How many botches do you see in a Bayley match lately?
Yeah.
There's a lot. The matches do not look crisp. They do not look clean. She does not look like a veteran. She looks like a fucking rookie.
Yeah.
Her promo skills
Or-
are trash.
Yeah.
Now, for a woman that does everything asked of her from WWE to be put on the shelf to bring back the man, Becky Lynch,
Yeah.
Lynch, I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't even understand why.
Right.
Um,
Yes.
and for what happened on Monday Night Raw too. Okay, fine. You brought Becky Lynch back. She returns to WWE. They win
Right.
the women's tag team championship titles,
Right. Right.
and then lose them 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Why did they need to win the titles for Becky Lynch to go heel?
Right.
They could have lost here at WrestleMania,
Yeah.
and Becky Lynch turned heel there on the spot, looking at Lyra and saying, "You're a fucking loser. You shouldn't even be Intercontinental Champion because you can't even win a match with me in your corner."
Or you're a disappointment,
Yeah.
because you're saying, I inspired you, and
And no, they let them win to lose
Yeah.
24 hours later so Becky can go fucking heel. And
I think
the first thought,
it shouldn't. And now, if they were going to go that way, then it shouldn't have dropped the titles the next day on Raw.
no. But
It should have been a couple weeks. It should have been a couple weeks, a month.
all the fans'
Then
first thought was Becky Hogan. Remember that when
Yeah.
that was a thing? Well, it started all over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Why? Because she had to win a title on her return.
Yeah. Yeah. But this right there reminds me. I said, is Vince McMahon still in charge? Because that's a Vince McMahon move.
Missing some stuff here. Let me see. Yeah, Booger wants to bring Paul Wall connection to I don't want to know. RW Prime tastes like post-apocalyptic ass. I believe that. Now available at the concession stands.
And post-apocalyptic ass.
I do not drink rye and prime. Fuck no. Paul Wall
Right.
Rye Prime now on sale in. Oh Jesus!
P-Wall Paul.
How is Pete making Logan Paul monies, and he still gets mad at buying a hat for Cowboy John? And Bailey has a huge butt. Pete likes huge butts. You know what? I don't have a problem with a nice shaped ass. Okay, just saying.
He told me that the other day.
But yeah, this match did not need to happen. it it wasn't a great match either. For all the work Liv Morgan has done in the last year, Liv Morgan looks fucking great in the ring. She looks good on the mic. She's come a long way. Raquel Rodriguez brings her down a lot. I don't understand that teaming. I really don't. The dynamic, I get it, they're friends in real life. They don't work as a tag team. They don't look cohesive. There's no kinetic energy. There's nothing. Raquel Rodriguez is boring.
Always has been.
She's sloppy in the fucking rings. They brought her up way too soon from NXT. And when she went out because of that autoimmune issue, she clearly stopped working out.
Yeah.
I'm not one to talk. I'm out of shape as well. But Liv Morgan worked her ass off to become a women's world champion. Bettered herself on the microphone. Bettered herself with storytelling. And she gets saddled with this garbage at WrestleMania. And to lose for 24 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no. But the biggest letdown of the fucking night.
Yep.
The undisputed WWE Championship, John Cena, taking on the champion, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
I don't have anything good to say about this match at all.
No. I think they had to improvise. I think they had to improvise on the last minute.
I think all the plans set forth got dropped, like, probably not very long before this match happened.
Probably. I'd say a day before.
Yeah.
Because
I don't understand The Rock's idea of just saying, "Oh, they don't need me. I'm taking myself out of the story. It shouldn't be about souls. You made it about the souls.
You made it about the souls. That was you. That was your idea. That was not anyone else's.
He likes big butts and he cannot lie. Liv is Walmart. Alexa Bliss. I'm sorry. Alexa hasn't been around for a while, and Liv took her place and fucking did better. I'm sorry, Evie. I am sorry.
All right.
I'm going to argue with Evie and Meanie now. Not a smart decision on my part. It's well documented ever since WrestleMania ended. The Rock's been trying to do PR control, and he's been failing at that too.
He became Rock Hogan.
Yeah. He's bending truths, he's telling lies, and he just can't get right.
Just say he fucked up, but I think people more say, yeah, you know what? I got full of myself and I fucked up.
Yep.
So if people would forgive him.
What it was though is he was expecting something from the outcome of this match, and the way it went, it was not working. He wanted for some reason Cody to go heel.
And
I don't understand that.
But if he's not going to be around, and to do the work to get Cody to turn heel and that, just show up, and it makes no sense. And I could see, and that's what Hunter and behind the scenes Triple H was fighting that, and
Yeah, like when he wanted Cody to go heel, like even Cody himself said, "No, I'm not going heel." So what about John?
Makes sense.
Now, John going heel, I don't mind. Because John wanted to go heel years ago.
Yeah.
And he should have been allowed to, but Vince McMahon had a hard-on for what he is.
Yeah.
But Travis Scott being included in this match, I don't understand it. He shouldn't have been included in the first fucking instance.
Here's the thing, and I think, and John Cena, what he's doing, kind of, he was trying to carry it. Him and Cody were trying to carry the garbage.
Yep.
And what Cena's doing as on the fly, I'm gonna ruin wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that should have been along.
You know
That should have
what?
been all along.
Yeah,
You didn't need The Rock this whole thing
no.
for what he's doing. You didn't need The Rock. You didn't need that. What he's doing, I'm going to ruin wrestling, and you did not. That's what I meant. That's what makes it terrible because you did not need that whole intervention with The Rock. Because you take Rock out of that, and they would have developed. I'm going to ruin wrestling. I'm going to be the heel. It would have been a lot better
See, you know what? It
than it
would have
was.
worked because right before all this, he said he's going to win the title, and then he's going home with the title, and you will never see it again.
Yeah. Yes.
I kind of wish he would have just retired that night.
Right there. Yes.
Because then there's no reason to fucking do this damage control. There's no reason to try and fix all the mistakes that Rock caused.
Right.
Cody Rhodes is now taking time off, I guess.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think Cody should have lost.
No.
I really don't. I like the idea of John Cena winning the title and just leaving with it, and then them having to bring in a new title to replace this garbage fucking looking big W that we've had to suffer through for how many years now. That title is fucking trash.
Right. And to play on your point, when John Cena wrapped that backwards on his ass, that's the last time you should have seen that title.
Yep.
You know, off into the sunset, and he's just like wiping his ass with that title. You know,
and it would have worked too. Like he it's like, yeah, I've got 36 more dates to do, but if he would have just said, "Fuck it," it's not like he needs the money from WWE.
No.
You know, it's like goodbye.
Or he doesn't need the attention because he's doing good with his career. You know, and he's not a glory hound like The Rock.
See, a lot of people got that twisted about him. Like they always accused him from burying people. No, John Cena never politicked in the locker room. He did what he was told to do. The only thing that I think he should have done is he should have fought against when he knew it was a bad idea.
The Nexus. Yeah.
When he knew it was a bad idea, that's when he should have stood up and said, "No, this is wrong." Instead, he turned around and said, "Okay, it's your call. I'll do what you want."
You're the boss. You're the boss. You know. And that's the kind of.
No. Okay. Until I see Alexa do something of importance since her return, I'm sorry, she is not better. Okay? I am not an Alexa Bliss hater. I love Alexa Bliss. But she has not done anything for how long? Yes, she was gone. She had a family. She did a bunch of other stuff on the side. She's not done anything in the wrestling world for a long time. So Alexa Bliss to me right now is nothing because she has not earned the right for my attention yet. I'm not a traitor. And he pulled a Fred Starr. I don't know. Pete buried Evie in the popcorn vending area.
No, Fred Starr. Yeah. No, Fred Starr did that. He won the title and he wiped his ass with it and threw it in the garbage.
But yeah, like everything about this match was a disappointment. Like the wrestling was not good.
No.
The worst part was that fucking STFU.
Yeah.
So fucking horrible. Like, everybody can see there is no reason for anybody to fucking scream in pain in that match because nothing is happening to you.
No.
And then the moment where it should have really made the fans pop, Travis Scott took like fucking 15 minutes to get down to the ring. And not that long. It's an exaggeration. He just took his fucking time. Just strolled down like he's having a leisurely walk down a fucking path, you know? Just, I'm enjoying life. I got the attention of millions of people. No, we wanted you gone.
He should have ran in there like a rocket if The Rock wasn't going to be behind him.
And Cody should have been able to get his revenge. It should have been the biggest bitch slap we have seen from Cody ever. Right. That fucker should have been knocked out with that fucking one slap. No, he does this, and it looked like he put a little oomph into the crossroads when he hit Travis Scott with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, was it really revenge? Did it look like revenge?
No.
No, I would have been aiming to bust that guy's eardrum like he busted mine.
Right.
You know? clap a bitch, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But overall, this was a terrible way to end.
It was a letdown. It
Yeah.
was a letdown. It's a big
John
wah
Cena
wah
winning
wah.
wasn't a letdown. It was the way it
No,
all
it's just
went
the way
down.
it is shown. Right.
The Rock
And
lost
and I
interest because he wasn't getting what he wanted. So I'm gonna go to Hawaii and sit in a hammock and fucking
oh
cut a
yeah,
stupid promo on my phone.
right.
Fuck you.
Because he didn't well because I don't because he wasn't getting the attention as the big heel John Cena. There,
He's not a big heel. He
and,
dropped the fucking final boss
ball.
fucking gimmick. Like that night on Raw when he showed up and he's like fucking complimenting Cody Rhodes in the front row.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what was the point of that?
That. That's probably what pissed Triple H off. What the fuck you doing?
You promised the guy's mother that you were going to give a fucking weight belt to her covered in her son's blood. And then, oh, such a good boy. You're one of the best, Cody. Yeah, fuck
Right.
off, man. You need a foot buried so far up your ass that the
Right.
fluid under the kneecap quenches his goddamn thirst.
Right.
You know?
But
Like you're going in fucking deep, unlubed and fucking drier than fuck. You know?
Right.
Go stay in Hawaii. Don't even do another movie because frankly your movies have been trashed for a while now. Yeah, so that
when
was
he's high on what he's cooking
yeah.
WrestleMania. I mean, as I think they could have flip flopped the match and then ended it with Seth Punk and and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That should have been night 2. So you could get the taste of that. You know what I mean? Of that.
It
I mean, if you knew The Rock wasn't, and it wasn't going to give you the, whatever, you weren't going to get the finish because I think if you would have flipped it, that would have been the last match on night 1.
yeah.
Then you had
my favorite part was at the end of the match, and they're panning, the cameras are panning around the front few rows, and you see these people in utter shock, and the first thing that pops in your head, you guys are such fucking marks, not realizing that John Cena was going to win the match, and you're shocked.
Right. Yeah.
How are you fucking shocked? It was written like fucking on tablets, man. Like Jesus Christ.
Sometimes I wonder if those are plants to cut to.
It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
People can't
Yeah,
be that stupid.
No, I think they're plants.
Well, no, I should.
Who said they're-
I shouldn't say people can't
Yeah.
be that stupid. We've met quite a few stupid people.
Yeah, right.
But no, it's
Yeah, that's what I meant. When you have that person with their jaw dropping, that I go, that's a fucking plant.
I'm not gonna do butt stuff to The Rock. Come on, man.
Right.
Um,
If you smell what the Rock is cooking, well, he's
and what bothered me the most between this, there was not much interaction between John Cena and Cody Rhodes until a week before.
right.
No, 2 weeks, because he laid out John Cena twice with the Crossroads,
Right.
which told everyone right there that he was losing. But I mean, there was no real strong diatribe between the two. There was no real fucking animosity there. He was instead directing everything at the fans in John Cena. Like it was nothing about Cody Rhodes really. It was about him and the fans, how he's been treated by the fans.
Yeah. Yep.
And I get that. But when you're standing face to face with your opponent and you don't make it about him, don't make it about the event, don't make it about the match, you've lost the connection of the fans right there.
Right. And I think that these spots like when there's like those little 2-week spots were supposed to be where The Rock was supposed to come in.
I think so too.
Do his thing, and that's why there wasn't a congruency in it.
But for John Cena to miss the mark on everything 101 about promos, you sell the match, you sell yourself, you sell your opponent, you sell the match card, and the date.
Right.
So he should have gone in there, making sure he put Cody Rhodes over, made sure he was over, made sure that the match was over, and made sure that WrestleMania was over.
Right. Right.
None of that happened.
But and I blame that on Triple H. I blame that at creative and all that. You
I,
know,
I get it. They've had to do a lot
that
of
they did.
swerves. There are probably more swerves
Yeah.
this year than they had to do
Right.
in WrestleMania 40.
Right.
No excuse, though.
But 40 was such a, it was, and that usually happens. You have one hell of a WrestleMania, which is 40,
Yep.
then 41. It's like,
It,
I said,
they've got to stop. They've got to stop booking around The Rock. They got to start booking
I know.
knowing that The Rock isn't going to be there to do what he claims he's going to
No,
do.
they said, you know what? They said they should just call him up. Sorry, Dwayne, it's done. We're not
Yep.
40, 42. You're not involved.
You're in your fucking
You know,
50s.
right.
Your time has passed you by.
No, but no. Well, say we took 2 years with you,
Yep.
3 years. We're done. We're going a different direction.
Yep.
You know,
As simple as that.
you can
It's
well, you can sit in the executive suite and watch. We'll give you free tickets for it. There you go. You know,
I'm about to
sit there
do
and eat your
kinky to
pan.
you, woman. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Um, now,
Oh my God.
here's a little personal pet peeve of mine that I've been noticing for a bit with WWE. The fans don't give a shit about the character.
No.
They give a shit about the music. They give a shit about the yeet, the whoa whoa
Yep.
whoas, and everything like that, and the singing along.
Yep.
When did you
Right.
know Randy Orton having to extend his fucking entrance just to appease the fans? Because that's what's in.
Right.
That fucking guy has always looked like a danger coming to the ring. Look how fucking massive he
Like,
is. And
yes. Yeah.
he's now taking his time so that way his music can fucking play longer so
Right.
the fans can
Right.
sing along. Come on, give me a
Right.
fucking break.
I'm God. I know.
It's ridiculous. To have Seth Rollins come into the ring takes so fucking long. The guy comes out at WrestleMania dressed like a fucking trash bag. The lights go out. He comes out with this flamethrower. Or no, he does the flamethrower bit. The lights go out, and then he's all in white.
You're right.
Really?
Like,
And then fucking his song plays for another fucking 20 minutes.
that's when we should have known he was going over.
Exactly, but I mean, like,
Yeah. I know.
you went from what? Living on the street corner in your trash bag to being the Messiah all over again?
Yeah.
Like, the guy doesn't know who he is as a wrestler. That's my biggest
Right.
problem with him. He's had how many years with the company? How many fucking monikers has he gone through?
Right. Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not going to be remembered for any of them at this point because every fucking every so like 1 or 2 years you got to change your moniker because it's not connecting with the fans. But you know
Or you
they're all
retire.
happy enough to sing along with it isn't even singing. They're creating a noise, doing the whoa whoa
Yeah.
whoa bullshit. I'm not
Right.
interested in that. Because as soon as he
Right.
starts talking, the fans aren't behind him. They're silent. They're
Oh,
crickets fucking
right.
chirping.
Right.
And
Yep.
then the match comes and it's like, eh. You know, I didn't go home happy, but I got to see some guy do something in the ring. They're
Right.
bored.
Yeah.
Maybe Paul Heyman brings it out in them. But I mean,
Right.
WWE has got to stop letting the fans control
The
the
narrative.
show and the narrative.
Yeah.
It isn't about the
Yeah.
music. It isn't about the fucking, you know, being able to sing along. It is about the wrestler and the character they are, and they've got to start making these wrestlers fucking build their character up a little bit. Because frankly, Seth Rollins, I don't see him as a winner.
But the thing is now the fans are so stupid. Like they don't pay attention to the storyline. Like they'll cheer the heel, and you're not, I said, oh my God, you don't get it, you know.
No, it's I don't need to sit there for like fucking the first 20 minutes of a WrestleMania or a fucking Raw or
Right,
SmackDown just to hear
right,
someone's music
right,
play. I really don't.
right,
That's what they've made this about, and the fans are fucking
right,
stupid for it.
right.
They want to chant
And this,
yeet. They can't even let a guy cut a
yeah,
promo without fucking yeet. It's the same thing when Stone Cold started the what fucking movement. That was the
right,
dumbest thing
right.
he ever fucking brought to the world
The
of
what?
wrestling.
Yeah, right.
And you can't even say to the WWE because that's followed throughout every fucking company out
Oh,
there.
everywhere he goes, yeah, yeah.
And I think
And
even
here's
he
the thing,
regrets it.
yeah, because it loses its, you know, it loses its specialness of it, just now it's just a trope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. It's just
yeah,
it's just something for people to do, just to be ignorant while they're watching wrestling.
right.
Like
Or when
and
they say, oh, like, and this, when they see a cheap spot, that was awesome. I go, no, it wasn't.
yeah, I know they're chanting that was awesome, and you're sitting there like, what the fuck were you watching?
The guy did a spinning toe hold.
Yeah,
you know, you
a
know.
drop toe hold got a. This is awesome. Um, you're broken
Yeah,
inside. You need to go and fucking latch on your mama's titty, and maybe that milk will fucking get your fucking
right,
brain corrected a little bit. Maybe we're hoping.
right.
Like
Oh, wait a minute.
Jesus
Oh my God. That
Christ.
when they start chanting that, and I'm going, okay, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, and like you're half asleep on your couch watching wrestling, and they're chanting that, and it's like, did I miss something? Did you rewind it? No, no, I did not miss a
Nope.
goddamn thing.
I, that's when the fans just want to hear themselves.
Oh
You
Jesus, we
know.
got we got we got Evie starting chanting what in the fucking chat there.
What? What?
Oh my God, how dare you?
What?
Don't you
What?
don't.
What? What? What?
You're an asshole.
I'm
No.
an asshole.
Yeah. So the following Monday we have Becky Lynch go heel, takes out Lyra Valkyria after they lose the tag team titles, and to me, I'm sorry, Lyra looked better in the ring than Becky did,
Yeah.
and she should have been blaming herself for a loss. We all know it's a work, but
Yeah.
we don't need guys like The Rock to tell us it's a work. But to make it look more realistic, then Lyra would have had
Right.
to actually look crappy in that ring. Meanwhile, she looked like she was carrying her mentor.
Right.
But,
And
you know,
that's what happens. That's what happens when you throw these things together last minute.
yep.
And
To me, the person
it's
that
not
should have
thought out.
gone fucking heel in all of this was Bianca Belair.
Yes.
Because goddamn, she fucking needs something to revitalize her career at this point.
Right.
She's so fucking boring and
Right.
bland, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But no,
Yeah.
Becky Lynch is going to go heel because Seth Rollins went heel. Well, Seth Rollins
Right.
has been playing a heel for the last fucking year.
Right. Longer than that,
Yeah.
actually.
But, no, we get to sing along with the song. He's not a heel if you can sing his song. While you're not singing the song, there's no words, there's no lyrics to that song.
Right.
You made up the
Sounds like
whoa
he's
whoa bullshit.
it sounds like he's taking a painful shit.
Yeah.
Oh!
And please tell me, what has he revolutionized? And frankly, what has he envisioned? Because calling yourself an architect, you haven't built shit.
Well, he did build shit. He did build shit.
Yeah.
His career shit.
Your vision has been lost, and your
Right.
revolution, I don't know where the fuck it started, and frankly,
Right.
I haven't seen it yet.
So if you're a visionary, why do you need the help of Paul Heyman to revitalize
Exactly.
your career?
The only saving grace out of that, to me, Braun Breaker at Paul Heyman's side.
Yes,
And my
and that's what we're
thought went to right away, Seth Rollins, he's going to fuck you over because he's got
right.
his end goal next to him, and that is Braun Breaker.
Right. Yes. Oh
Like,
yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen.
Paul needs to do him dirtier than he did CM Punk and Roman Reigns.
Oh, I think it's going to happen. I think that's what's. I think that's the long-term story to
Yeah.
that.
Seth,
Heyman screws everybody
yeah,
because that's Paul Heyman. He screws everybody over.
yeah. And
You
he
know.
gets the person he wants in the end because it makes no sense. Paul Heyman does not
Needs
become
Seth Rollins.
the leader of someone that is already made. And I might
Right.
hate Seth Rollins, but he's already a made man. Braun Breaker
Right.
isn't made
Right.
yet.
He builds. He builds stars. Yeah.
Exactly. He look at what he did
Right.
for Brock Lesnar. Look what he did for CM Punk.
Right.
You know?
But I think. But I think Braun Breaker's heels ahead
Oh
with
yeah.
the promo than than uh, Brock Lesnar ever
Oh,
was.
watching him do
Yeah.
Steiner math. Oh my God,
Oh my god! Oh, he laughs. Yeah.
that was perfect, man. Perfect.
Then he they should.
Steiner math is
Then when he
my kind of math.
right, you know, and he can do that in his own he can do his own variation of that too, which is funny too.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's like
Yes, Stone Cold was funny with the what's and everything, but it left a lasting impression that does not fucking fade. Watch the behind the scenes of WWE show footage when he's drunk as fuck and interacting with audience. He's
oh
built
yeah,
up my tolerance for shitty programming. Yes,
yeah,
Seth Rollins.
yes,
Yes,
yep,
you know you have this fake animosity with the guy because there's no fucking real anger between him and CM Punk anymore. We all know that.
no,
But you have
right,
this fake animosity with someone, and you can't even portray it. I'm sorry, you should be building on all those emotions that you felt when the guy was gone, and the reasons that you feel like he betrayed you, and that should be coming out in your promo. And we should not be having this feeling like, oh, please get off my fucking TV now, please.
yeah. And
Like,
the thing is, then he should have brought how he, and then he should have carried on since he's returned. How much of they never did. How why he doesn't deserve to be there and move on. Besides the past,
exactly.
currently, and he
Like,
hasn't played on that.
and a lot of people will look at like the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk match. Oh, it was all built around a fucking bracelet. No, it was not built all around a bracelet. That was the
The
end.
meaning of it.
That was the
Yeah,
end bit. That was nothing that was about the feud
that
at
was
all.
that was something they both came up with.
Yeah, it was to build
When they're
up.
working. Yeah,
Yeah, it was to build
yeah,
up and take away a little bit from the heat that used to be there.
right,
But the storytelling in that feud and everything, what Seth is trying to do, it's not even comparable.
right.
Like,
Because you know, and I'm thinking that Seth probably sat on the sidelines. I'm not working with him, so
yeah,
was and they said, and they probably went to Drew. How about you work with him and build him up? And then Seth wants to pick up the leavings.
yeah.
Maybe that
It's
from that.
so we had Tiffany accept a match on SmackDown Friday against Jade Cargill. And I told my son right away when they did this match, it wasn't even a good setup either. Both women were not good on the
No,
mic that night.
no. Well, my thing is, why do you have to have them wrestle? Have other people, other new storylines you want to build up?
Yeah.
Because these people are exhausted.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and to me,
they're,
what it told me is this is turning into a fatal four way.
yeah,
But it made no sense because putting babyface against babyface never gets a good reaction with the fans.
no, no,
And a lot of people can argue, well, Tiffany's really not babyface because she only went babyface because of Charlotte. Well, I'm sorry, you went babyface, so until you prove otherwise, you're not any more than
right,
just a babyface.
right. And I
But,
and I and I blame fucking booking. Why do you?
yep,
You know, said of all people, they think Charlotte was going to come back and everyone's going to embrace her because you
yeah,
brought
no.
You should, there should have been someone else that was on the roster to bring in and to so you could keep Tiffany Hill.
Yeah.
You know, there,
Yeah, she
you know,
should not have. Charlotte should not have been in this main event. One, WrestleMania. One, she was not ready for it. Two, it should have been a babyface going up against a heel
oh no,
Tiffany.
right?
But
Yes,
for her to
and
go and just like, okay, let's do this here and now.
yeah,
The fans weren't really excited about it.
no,
Jade is not ready for a WWE World or fucking
right?
WWE Undisputed title
No,
reign.
no, not no,
So why are you pushing it? And I told my son right away, we were watching it together, and it's like, there's interference coming.
yes,
Naomi is not done yet, because to me
no,
that should not have ended with her losing. And then
right?
Nia Jax returns.
Yeah,
Nia Jax did better her last run than she did in a while. Just,
right.
I think she got ridiculed so much for her unsafe wrestling that she was being too
In the
safe.
past, right,
She didn't know how to throw a chair shot because she was afraid that the fans were going to rebel because she hurt somebody, which is sad. Accidents happen that ring all the time. Yes, she fucked up a lot, but I seen it when she
right,
returned that she got better in the ring. She had
right,
made sure she was safer, but she became
right,
too safe, too cautious, and that
right,
ruined it. So I'm
right.
hoping she's a brutal bitch this time around,
Yeah,
because I might
kind of
not
how.
like her
Yeah,
promos, but her in the ring being a true heel, that it's a beautiful
right.
thing.
And a true monster for the women. You know, true.
Yes.
You know,
And they fucking
yep,
need that besides fucking Charlotte Flair.
right. Oh my God, yeah. And nope, sorry. No,
Who's the greatest,
uh,
most entertaining wrestler right now? CM Punk.
yeah,
I'm sorry, he's the best storyteller they've got right now. Him and Drew McIntyre and Karrion
yes,
Kross. Those three are at the
yes,
top. You can't get much better this day and age than Karrion Kross, Drew McIntyre, and
right,
CM Punk.
right,
And I think they're probably on the same level.
yes. Interchangeable because
I asked
Drew
because
really went
oh, she's asking because she's been out of the loop for quite a while. She catches
right.
clips,
Oh,
but don't watch a lot of WWE, AEW shows at all. I
yeah.
don't watch AEW at all anymore. Nepo babyface,
I do.
yes.
Yes, and like I said earlier, but a face.
Yeah.
You know?
Um,
Even no, her. No,
it's uh, SmackDown was actually better than Raw this week.
yeah.
I was so bored on Raw. I just
Well, the thing is, what you know, to me is Raw should be Raw after WrestleMania. You shouldn't have the main event that the people that participated in it. Maybe they do their, oh, I won the title. That's it because a lot of these people are flat out tired. You know,
yeah.
the
Well, you
freaking three,
had
4 days,
John Cena come out, degrade the audience for what 20 minutes.
and that should have been a 5 minute spot and just walk off.
Yeah, but
You didn't
no,
need
they had
and
who'd they have come out?
Randy Or-
Yeah, they had Randy
Randy
Orton come
Orton.
out, and the worst fucking Randy Orton promo in the history of Randy Orton promos.
Yeah,
You need to have children.
yeah.
That will
That got
fix the way you are thinking. You will be a better person because you have children.
and that's
Oh,
almost a hill promo.
okay.
That is a hill promo. Yeah, that's a hill. That's a hill angle.
Me
You know what I'm
getting
saying?
yeah. When I got married and I had children, yes, it made me a lot better person.
Right, right,
Because before that, I didn't care about anyone anymore. You
right,
know, my world was filled with going to doctors and going to
right,
surgeries and being angry with the guy that hit me
right, right,
and everything. So
yeah,
me getting married and having children, that changed me completely, and
right,
I was able to find a way to love people
right.
again. But for a wrestler to cut that promo, wow.
And for a baby face because that's more of a heel angle you could do.
Yeah, but either
Yeah, I
way,
mean, I know,
coming
I
from
know, no,
Randy,
but I mean, for
coming from
Orton,
Randy
yeah.
Orton, that was not a Randy
Oh my
Orton
God,
fucking promo.
no, no,
That was like, you know, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it was his promo that he came up with himself, or Gewurtz, or fucking Bobby Roode, or whoever the fuck was in charge of that.
Right. Yeah, I know. But
If that was
to
written
me,
for him, he should have said, dudes, fuck off. This is trash.
you're right. You know.
Because he didn't get tired at WrestleMania.
No.
He
No.
had he had what, a 5 minute match?
Yeah, at most. You
You
know.
know? Come on.
Right. Right. I would have
But
just had a. I wouldn't even have the spot where he got the RKO.
no.
You know.
No, because
You know.
like fucking
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, he hit the crossroads and he lays there, he's done.
I know. Yeah.
Gets the fucking cutter, he's done. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
when was John Cena ever laying on his back after someone cut a fucking finisher on him?
No.
Come
No.
on, man.
So who's ever directing this, yeah.
And then it's like, in like basically what, 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks.
Right.
It's Backlash, so that's the match.
Right.
You know Cena is not losing,
No.
but you're going to show how much he's going to win by having him RKO'd and laid out flat. What, until fucking
Right.
Backlash happens?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see anything really great on Raw. I really don't remember. Fuck all except for that spot.
Well, but that is notorious for the Raw after
Yeah.
WrestleMania is shit. So why do you have a Raw?
Yeah, SmackDown, they did a lot better job.
Yeah.
It felt a lot fresher. There was stuff in there that, like the ladder match, man. That ladder match was fucking great.
Awesome.
Like, there was nothing wrong. Yeah. What happened right before that ladder match? Because that was a good match as well. I don't have my notes in front of me, because if I open up another window, this is going to crash.
Yep.
But it was all around a better fucking SmackDown than Raw.
Yes.
I get it. Everyone's tired. WrestleMania just happened. But I mean, like back in the day, it was like Monday Night Raw was the Fallout show. All hell broke loose because new stories needed to begin.
And they didn't do that.
No. And frankly, Randy Orton and John Cena should have happened later on. It could have started this week on Raw, but it needs to be extended further than fucking Backlash. Like a 2-week affair, come on. That should, to me, should have been a SummerSlam match.
Yeah.
Proper story told, you name it. Nope.
Right, because these two, and give these guys some time to, reacquaint each other's wrestling, so they could put on a banger of a match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Well, we got Monday Night Raw coming, tomorrow. And is it going to be another, 20-minute affair of just John Cena putting down the fans? Because, frankly, it's got to stop being about that. It's got to be about more than just that.
Right.
Pointing out
or
singling out fucking kids in the front row and just telling them how bad of a person they are. Come on.
How about flip the script? Where Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes go out there, and John Cena just attacks them.
Yeah.
Runs in.
He interferes in a match and costs Randy Orton a match. Lays him out fucking cold. Hit him with a fucking title belt. I don't care.
Right.
But do something more than just talk.
Right. Oh, I know.
No, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
Friday night and Monday night, and even, before that, it's been happening for a while. The fans putting over the music other than the wrestlers, to me, that's garbage.
Right.
Jey Uso should not have won the title just because Yeet is over. I really disagree with that choice. They failed Gunther in this title run that he had when they pushed him so hard, and he did so great with the Intercontinental.
Right.
I don't have...
But if they don't slap, and if he's not on track for the world title, for the, or the undisputed title, and that's who I think should cut with all this Cody Rhodes and blah blah blah. That somehow when that's all over, that Gunther comes out with that. That
Yeah,
would be
that would be
uh,
nice. It would be
yeah,
nice.
and then that just erases all that. You don't have to worry about what if he retires Cody. I'm not. I mean, what if he retires John Cena?
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah.
You know, that would be a good match too because Gunther could be fucking brutal. Well, he can't be
Yeah.
because John Cena's in Hollywood now and he can't afford to get like fucking
Yeah.
bruised up and cut up and
Right.
shit.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so, you know, it's hard to say how that match would actually have to be played out to keep John Cena comfortable.
Right.
But we're gonna find out. To me, Backlash is too soon for Orton and Cena, but they're gonna do
Right.
what they want. Eventually, I'm, you know, there's what got me was the rumor starting. Oh, Cody Rhodes is done now that he lost to John
No,
Cena.
he's
No,
not.
he's not fucking done.
He's, he's taking time off. He's getting his vacation.
Yeah.
From
Oh, and frankly, he deserves it.
yeah.
the
Yeah.
the amount of charity he does and everything, and then he's been on every show carrying this fucking feud. He deserves
Yeah.
a break. He deserves time to
Yeah.
heal
Right.
and spend time with his kids and his wife.
Yeah.
So
And then recharge your batteries.
if he's gone
Recharge
for like
your
3 months, I think the fans are just going to gravitate back to him like they were.
yeah.
That promo he did before Mania, like when he first started, he dropped the ball a little bit. The fans,
Yeah.
the fans were right there to choke him out,
Yeah.
but
Is
he
like
brought it back so nicely, and he had them cheering all over again for him. You
yeah.
know, the guy's got what it takes. I just want to see a different side of him, where he isn't.
Right.
I don't know, so nice. You
Yeah.
know, there's a
Right.
baby face, and then there's a baby face, and he's like a real baby face, which is
Yeah.
not
Well,
really a thing anymore.
he needs to learn from what his dad did. You know.
Sometimes
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
man has to do a
Yeah.
bad thing to get the
Yeah.
job done.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. To go that route with how Dusty Rhodes would
Yep,
play that out. That's what he needs to ask himself. How. That's what he needs to ask himself. How would Dad play this out?
yep,
What angle? What nuances? You know what? Call Destin.
yeah.
What do you think I'm. I mean,
Like
you. you
spend some
yeah.
time with Big Brother and say, "Hey, I need a
Yeah.
little bit of advice."
What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
Where do you think? How can I twist it?
And it's not going to be his last run as a world champion or as
No.
a
No.
I think he needs to go for a world title shot now. It doesn't need to be the
Yeah.
undisputed. Um,
No.
I don't want
I
him
must.
to be the one to retire John Cena. I think it should be someone
No.
else.
Right.
But I mean, we'll find out when we get to that point. We got till December.
Right, and it depends on who John decided who he wants him to.
Yeah.
You know, because
Well,
that is
we are coming up on the 2 hour mark.
all right.
We
And
could
didn't see does it?
what?
We could go for hours.
Yeah, I
We could
know.
go for hours.
I know. Like
This didn't seem like it didn't seem like 2 hours.
no, no.
It only seemed like
It's they're like we could go over so much more. Like the ladder match alone, there was some issues I had with the ladder match on SmackDown. Like Montez Ford pulled through the fucking steps of the ladder, and then all of a sudden, where everyone else who has had that done to them, they're stuck there for like the end of the match.
right,
No, this fucker
right.
climbs up the side, and when the other two fell off the ladder, I'm like, fall down, fall down, fall down. You know,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't get behind the Street Profits.
no.
The weird things Montez Ford does during the entrance, during the fucking the way he
Yeah,
talks, it just
yeah.
it's like Bianca Belair. You're not connecting.
Okay, so that worked 5 years ago
Yeah.
when you were younger. Now you have to show that you're matured.
What's
You're
with the
yeah,
pumping of the fists? What is with that?
It's like, oh, it's like thrusting it in.
Yeah, it almost like, he might as well be doing like a pelvic thrust at the same time because he looks
That's what it is.
fucking retarded.
Maybe he's constipated. He's trying to push one out.
It looks bad, especially when, like, okay, he's the only one doing it. His partner is like, fuck that shit.
I do. Right.
You know?
Yeah, but that's something. That's something a 10 or 12-year-old does.
Yeah.
And so when a grown ass man does it, you're going, okay.
Well, it's no different than like Jada Parker doing the fucking high step. It's like, oh my god, you look fucking stupid doing it.
Right.
It's like, it's a nod to her soccer career or whatever it was that she was in before wrestling. But I mean, you're not a soccer player anymore. You're a wrestler.
No.
You high step your ass on out of here.
Right.
I don't know. It's there's a lot of weird shit. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm going to get to the chat here. Booger has a friend, stepbrother of Cody, named Lumpy Rhodes. He's available for a Circus RWO contract. Meaty says, Evie dances like Montez when she's had a few drinks. I believe that. I truly believe that.
That's why they have that. That's why they have the Street Profits, bro.
Yep. No. There's got to be changes after Mania now. Like they've got to step away from The Rock. He said it himself. It's like I had to remove myself, and this is what got me out of the whole thing. He goes from, the fans are not allowed to criticize or judge what happens in wrestling. But he did nothing but criticize the way that match ended. Oh, that's not what I would have done. And it's like, well, if you would have done something different, then why weren't you fucking there? And then you're going to shit on podcasters and anyone else that critiques what's happening, and you're doing it yourself?
Right.
Makes no sense. Like, you're not a wrestler no more.
No.
So you shouldn't be judging. You can't critique because you already told everyone else. Right. You can't critique. That's a guy that needs to learn to shut up.
Right, and then he has no bone. He has no bone in that fight because he's the one that started it and then walked away from it. Yep. It's his. He's the one. That was his baby, and he threw it out.
Yep.
He didn't put the time in. He wants
to do a Rock and Roman match. Well, do it somewhere like else.
It's too late for that. Yeah. People lost interest.
Yep.
That should.
Because what's to say that he's not going to get bored in that feud and just all of a sudden midway, right. Well, I'm going to go do another movie. Goodbye.
Right.
I'm not interested in seeing any more of that shit. I really am not. No. I didn't even care when he returned. I had hopes when he did the final boss bit, but I mean, he dropped the ball on that too.
Right. Yeah, everyone goes, what? Remember when that's what is the final boss? And he had no clue. It's just something he came up with.
Yep.
It's just something he came up with, final boss sounds good, but never.
It's a guy that had a break from filming a movie and had an idea, but it didn't flesh out all the way before he opened his fucking mouth.
No, right.
He should have been Hollywood Rock and not the final boss.
Right.
An arrogant fucking shit. But, I mean, he couldn't have carried that either. Frankly, I wasn't a big Rock fan because every promo was the exact same. You knew that, someone was going to have to bend that sumbitch sideways and shove it straight up their candy ass. Going to go down Heartbreak Boulevard and up Candy Lane fucking, ass rapery. Either one. It was going to happen.
Then he got real corny. Then he got corny, where you're just like, that people's strudel.
Oh, and then the Rock concert.
Yes. God.
Pete's beard looks so fluffy. It is. You should feel it. Fucking amazing. You should feel Yeti's butt cheeks. No, I don't want to feel his butt cheeks.
They're fluffy.
No, I gotta trim it a little bit, but she's all oiled up and feeling all kinds of purty.
My butt cheeks?
No, my fucking beard. I'm running my hand through my beard, not your asshole, motherfucker.
I thought you were taking a page out of Doctor Tickler's book.
No, that will never happen. Never. No.
You could be Doctor Anus Tickler's assistant.
Well, I've got you live here, and it doesn't always have to be all about wrestling, right? So,
Right.
oh, she's almost done. So that's the headstock. She's got
Right.
all attached now. Boom, boom, boom.
Right. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. So, she started off. I told you about it. She started off as a 7-string, kind of like a Telecaster or Stratocaster. I mean, and then I had to resculpt it because it was complete and utter shit. But no. Once it's, I think this week or next week I'll have it done, and then it goes off to my daughter's boyfriend, and he's got himself a custom guitar from yours truly.
Right.
No, so second guitar build, I'm loving it. The next one has got to be for me, and it's got to be fucking purple as fuck.
With pink. With pink.
No more purple. I mean, no more pink guitars. No more. No fucking more. No, I want to finish this one off. I never want to do another pink guitar ever.
I'll send you my thong. I'll send you my thong so you can. Send you my thong so you can make it a G-string.
I'm gonna email my fucking foot so you can inject it into your own asshole.
Yeah. You could. Like I said, you can make my thong your G-string for your guitar.
Hey, he did not, Evie. Don't do that. No.
Yes.
No. Yeah. I'm not gonna say watching, like me and you were talking through at WrestleMania. We were pointing out the good things. We were having a good time. So it wasn't a complete letdown. Like, some matches were better than we gave them credit for and expected them to be. But overall, there was a lot of matches that could have been cut. I think it could have been a one-night WrestleMania.
Yes.
It was sad to see the Hall of Fame, how all the fucking wrestlers were just so fucking tired and falling asleep.
Yes. Yeah. Even Bret Hart, he looked like he's...
Well, Triple H doing an over 1 hour fucking speech? What was he thinking? Yeah. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, go home.
Right, yep.
Michelle McCool wanted to fucking be a fucking inspirational speaker for some fucking reason. I don't want to hear stories about you when you were 3, 4, 5 years fucking old.
Right.
I want to hear about your time in the ring, what you took away from it, and I thank you for fucking inducting you. And then go the fuck home. Right. And then $300 a seat.
Right.
Fucking hell.
Right.
Ridiculous.
And $300. I paid $300 to be bored out of my freaking gourd.
Yeah. I didn't even watch it all. I watched Michelle McCool, and I was so tired and bored from it. I said, I can't do this no more. I went to my room. I switched on the TV, and I just laid in bed and I fucking chilled out.
But here's the thing. You're like, these, the people that own WWE now are supposed to be from, TV and all that. Don't, and produce TV shows and that, or don't they get a hint like from the Oscars or the other ones where they say you only got this much time and they usher you off?
Yep.
It's like with music.
And not just that, they wouldn't pick a fucking day that someone just finished fucking filming, or like they had Friday, and then following that they've got to be up till what? Fucking almost 4 a.m. because someone wants to do an hour and a half long speech, and then everyone's required to be there. So NXT wrestlers, they have to be there, and then they've got to be up at 5 a.m. to get ready to be doing their show. That's fucking insane.
Right, like that.
Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels had to have been
Oh, yeah.
dead on his feet.
Oh God, yeah. Shut up, Hunter.
Michelle
Like that.
Michelle McCool needs to tell us what the Undertaker's dong looks like. No, she does not need to tell me at all. I don't want to know.
Rest,
I don't want to know.
rest in peace. Rest in peace. Does it sit up like he did in the when he wrestled?
Oh my goodness.
Does,
Well,
does she? Now,
after
does
some
she?
blue chew, after some blue chew,
Right. No. Does she wear the? Does she wear the urn around her titties and go like this and it rises up?
you never know.
Oh, yep.
You never know. What got me with that induction though? Like I get it. The women back then they were forced to wrestle a certain way, and if they did better than what
Yep.
Vince McMahon wanted them to do, they had to redo the match. I get that.
Right.
Those women deserve a lot more credit than they are given, and like to be scoffed
Right.
at. Like I rewatched a clip. It was spoken about on another podcast where when Undertaker was announcing Michelle McCool, she had said that, or he had said that she was like a revolutionary of the women's division. If not for her, women wouldn't have the ability to do what they do now. And Bianca Belair rolled her eyes and kind of like looked sideways, like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" No, it's very true.
It's true.
You look at the work that Mickey James has done outside of WWE, Victoria, you know,
Yeah.
you can name a fucking
Sure.
list of women that knew
Right.
how to fucking really wrestle and wrestle a
As a
lot
wrestler.
better than some of the guys on the main roster. And they had
Yep.
to wrestle cat fights and fucking lingerie matches and bullshit matches.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, those women deserve inductions, and they don't deserve to have a bitch like Bianca roll her eyes in disgust because they're revolutionaries. Yes, you know, fuck you. You've never been. I guarantee you, Bianca was never told your punching looks too good. It's better than what the guys are doing. Get back out there and
Right.
redo the match.
Yeah. But,
That's
yeah.
fucking insane.
Well, yes.
You know,
Making the guys like, man. Yeah.
but I don't think that Michelle McCool deserved to be inducted as a singles wrestler. I think she
No.
did her best work when she was with Layla.
Yeah.
Why Demolition wasn't on the docket for an induction this year, I don't get.
Right. Yeah.
That to me was low, and there's a lot other wrestlers
Yeah.
that could have been inducted before Michelle McCool.
Yeah. A lot of these wrestlers should go in before they die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They have,
Earthquake should have been inducted years ago before he passed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But you know, it is what it is. It's WWE. It's friends
Yep.
first and
Yep.
everyone else last.
Right. Oh, yep.
Like Haku was there. Haku should have been inducted. Has he been inducted?
No,
Why not?
I don't. I'll have to look.
I'd have to look. I can't remember if he was or
I'll have
not.
to look. Right. Right.
Daphne needs credit. Yes, Daphne needs a
Yeah.
lot of fucking credit.
If there wasn't a Daphne, there would be no. There'd be no Paige.
Nope.
Nope. Because that's who started that whole look, and that's where
Rosemary
Paige.
too. Rosemary take a lot of credit from Daphne.
Yes.
You know,
Oh,
like
everyone does. Right down to Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And like, yes, WCW, she was basically known more for her screaming than anything else. But I mean, like, she really showed
Okay.
people she could wrestle when she was away from
Right.
WCW.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
but no, you're gonna give credit to a woman like fucking Moolah,
Yeah.
who basically prostituted the women she took under her wing out, so she got
Oh, yeah.
money.
Oh yeah. She's the original sex trafficker.
Yep. But she was inducted and given a lot of credit. Fuck that shit.
Right.
It's a sensitive fucking subject to touch on when it's something like that. But I mean, like,
Right.
she didn't deserve to be inducted for anything.
No.
Like, she was
No.
the longest reigning women's champion, and she didn't do anything with that title for how many decades?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because how many territories really had a women's division? You know, so you
No.
know,
It's I don't know. I don't get the Hall of Fame the way it's done. I had a nice little flashback. I totally forgot I was a part of the FBW Hall of Shame induction ceremony back in 2010. It was the final Hall of Shame for FBW. That was Facebook Wrestling.
yeah,
And wow, I read the shit I wrote. I was a cruel son of a bitch. That was mean spirited shit I was writing that back then. Damn.
but but it,
But it
but it
was,
was Stallion. He deserved it.
yeah, it was more interesting than the Hall of Fame was for WWE. That's for fucking sure.
Right, right, right.
No. Back when e-fetting was fucking fun.
I know. Nah, it's
Now it's all dependent on where you get.
good. Yeah, right.
Yeah. No. Everyone's been seeing from both of our channels. We've been dabbling in 2K25.
Yep.
I just got mine a couple of days ago. Working on Yeti right now. Wow, that's fucking
Mhm.
fun. I haven't gone that in depth building a
Right,
character
right,
since the last time you
right.
fucking asked me to do it.
Yeah,
Holy
right.
shit. I lost a touch,
Yep.
man. I lost a step. I had to ask
Yeah.
you for fucking help trying to figure out how to make him look fucking angrier.
Yeah.
Then there's
It's
something wrong with me, you know.
yeah.
Um,
We
I
got to do
I'm
we,
going.
we, we got to
Yeah, I'm going a different route with 2K25. It's still like a lot of the same wrestlers, but I want to go a little bit
yeah,
of a different route. RWO is going to stay with 2K24. I'm not going to stop using it.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't figured out what I'm doing with 2K25. Um,
Right.
uh, but you know, I'm having fun creating, and I
Yeah.
do got to say the graphics look a lot crisper.
Yeah.
I do not like it when I'm building the character. I'm doing all the facial construction, and then you save it, and then it changes.
What? Actually, they did. Actually, they did make it where you can do a quick save now
Yeah, but I mean,
on
like,
the.
there's no fuck ups or anything. But as soon as you save, like, I even did the quick save, and the features slightly morph out of what you've done.
Right.
And it's like, what happened? That's
Right.
no, no, no. You know.
They gotta tweak that. Yes.
Both of you have great show, very entertaining and fun as fuck to watch. Well, thank you very much, Evie. I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
You and Yeti
Yes.
still make e-fetting fun. Oh, yeah,
Yep.
but Pete and Yeti are lazy and stop doing shows for 10 months at a time. Um, Frankly, one, I do apologize for that. Personal issues arose. A marriage exploding and turning to shit, that does not help matters. And then getting severely sick does not help matters either. But we're doing our best.
Yes, we are.
Yeti just gets tired. He just got to climb up the Himalayan mountains all the time. That guy's legs get tired.
Right. Well,
Got
Himalayan. I'm a standing.
he's always chasing Darby Allin up the fucking Mount Everest.
Yeah, get the fuck off my mountain, you fucking little twink.
Well, the podcast I want to do them more frequently. Hopefully, we can do them on a weekly basis from here on out.
Yep. Yep.
I enjoy spending time with Yeti, talking with Yeti. I always have. What pisses me off, those a lot of people slag on the man because he's not their cup of tea, or he's different than what they expect, or you know what, he's different in the right kind of way. And I've said this before, when I was going through my worst depression, where I couldn't even fucking go on social media or really talk to anyone outside of my children, Yeti was texting me every fucking day,
I send
sending
him dirty pictures,
sending
naked pictures of
sending me
myself.
comedic
Naked pictures.
videos. You can
Naked
lie.
pictures.
You can lie. You were not
I
ignorant at
was showing.
all. Fucking
I was
ask
showing
me.
his. I,
You ask me
I
every
showed him.
fucking day,
I showed
are
him. I
you
showed him my
okay?
butthole.
No, you fucking weren't. Uh, I know I have a problem taking credit for shit, but this man, he's got a fucking heart of gold, and people, when people can't see that, to me, that just means they're not looking hard enough and they can fuck themselves. I'm tired of that kind of judgment in my life, and especially when it affects a good friend of mine. Not
I'm
anyone
oblivious
else,
to it.
not anyone
I'm
else
not,
reached out like you did. And for them to like fucking tell me, oh, I don't get him. He's not like he's too fucking weird and strange. You know what? If you fucking knew half the shit Yeti's gone through in his fucking life, you'd shut the fuck up and you'd say, that guy is fucking having fun. Cheers to him. So my hat always goes off to Yeti. I don't say a bad word about the fucking guy ever because he deserves a lot fucking more than people give him credit for.
for what?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. See, I say all those nice things about you, and then you got me telling you off right away.
Oh, what? Huh? What? What do I do?
Yeti's just.
What I do?
Meanie says I have a valid excuse for disappearing, but you're just a fatty. Yeti is too good for those fuckers. I've known this man for years now, and he can only make life better for whoever knows him. He's the funniest, sweetest person I know. You got that fucking dead to right. And we'll fight a bish to defend him. You damn right I would too. I roast Yeti every week, but I agree with Evie. Yeti is amazing, and we love his hairy butt.
I should. Pete has pictures of it because I send it to him every day.
No, you did not. Don't start with me. No, it's like I always had my kids. My kids were there for me every step of the way.
Right.
But outside of my kids, Yeti was the most predominant person, always checking on me. And I went, what was it, 6 months without answering one message from you. I didn't even open up the message to show him I seen his message. I would just look at the notification and read what he said, and I just put my phone back underneath my pillow.
He goes, "Fuck Yeti,"
and it wasn't out of I don't like him or anything. It was out of I didn't know how to talk to anyone, and I think I even surprised Yeti the day I finally answered. And then after that, it was like another 2-3 weeks before I replied again. But I mean, he's the one that finally broke me out of that depression and my shell to get me talking to outside people. I remember my kids took me to a restaurant. My son wanted to take the whole family out, and I literally thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown. Like, there's too many people in the restaurant. I felt too crowded. I started fucking hyperventilating. My kids were looking at me, Dad, are you okay? Like, I was dripping in sweat. I went through a complete panic attack. Yeah. And it was like being able to fucking have that support and then Yetis and then, having someone, it's like, oh, I don't get him. Well, no, you don't get him because you don't fucking try and get to know him.
They don't talk to me. No one talks to me.
Nope.
No one knows who I am, and no one reaches out or talks to me. So, how can you say you don't get me when you have never had a conversation with me?
Exactly.
So,
I've never judged people. I get ignorant. And I will say stupid shit. Like, who knows? Charlotte Flair could be a really good person away from wrestling. But I'm still going to trash her.
Yeah. Well, because because her performance.
Yep.
It's like going to a movie or any kind of entertainment. When you go out there for the public, you are there. You're going to subject yourself to criticism.
Yeah. And I do apologize. I've told people I want to slow down on smoking and everything. I'm going to be very honest with you people. When I'm doing podcasts, my anxiety goes through the roof. I'm right. And I can't help it. I reach for cigarettes when I'm going through anxiety and shit. Which makes no sense. Why do I do podcasting if it bothers me so much? It's because I need to get out of my shell. It's because I have to push myself to do something because I get to the point where I just stop pushing myself if I don't. And I don't want to be that kind of person. I like pushing myself. So it's like I do it because it makes me uncomfortable, you know. But
Also,
what?
sitting on that butt plug makes you uncomfortable too.
No, no, I don't want to sit on a butt plug.
Yeah. That's why you're rocking back and forth, trying to get it.
There is a reason. Like that is why I can't control my movements when anxiety's going through me. I move a lot.
I know.
I always find it amazing when I watch other people. They can sit there in one spot for almost the entire like. I'll use him for an example, like JD from New York.
Yeah.
When he's sitting there and he's not like overly stimulated, he can sit there in one spot and he
Yep.
looks down dead in that camera
Yep.
and he does his bit.
Yep.
I can't do that. I can't find a way to do that. It just my anxiety is up
Right.
and I need to move.
Right.
And I'm a hand talker too, so that doesn't help matters either.
Right.
No. But yeah, take this back to Saturday morning cartoons, man. The end of a fucking cartoon, they'd have a little fucking, hey, a little bit of a teaching moment. It's like, don't judge people just because of what you see, especially when you're e-fetting, like fucking RWO and fucking LTD and Underground. Everybody acts stupid, Fucking have fun. Stupid. Yeti has fun. I acted like a complete buffoon this afternoon. I did. There was no I don't even know what started it. I woke up this morning. I was in severe pain. I was in severe pain when I started doing that fucking live stream. And for some reason, Evie was there, Meanie was there, you were there, and it just got the stupidity going, and I just couldn't stop. And I had fucking fun.
See, he called us all stupid.
I include myself in the stupidity, motherfucker. Who doesn't get Yeti, by the way? Need to know, so I avoid their shows. They don't do shows right now. And it doesn't make them a bad person either for not liking someone else's personality or not understanding them. To me, if you don't understand someone, that's when you need to go to your way to get to know them. But
and like I said, no one has actually done that.
I did.
So yeah, I know.
I win.
I know, and then
I win.
And like I said, it's like if you don't know somebody, you prejudge makes you prejudiced.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But it's like it doesn't faze me. If you want to know me, I always say that. Reach out, talk to me. If you don't, you don't. Yeah. So.
No, I think I've had so many more laughs once I really got to know you than I ever did before. You guys always made me laugh in the chats. I don't know how many times I spit my fucking computer full of coffee because of you, Evie, and Meanie. But that was like the one side of it, Once I started really talking to you, then it was completely different. I haven't looked back, and I've enjoyed being your friend. So if you're up for it, want to continue doing these podcasts, and I'm going to have fucking fun doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. So next Saturday, we are back.
Or Brent.
What? Well, yeah. Well.
Or Brent.
I think Meanie was saying she likes it in the back. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could have misunderstood. Who knows? I'm sorry, Meanie. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
How do you think Booger was born?
Oh my God. I don't even want to fucking know. That guy should have been like wiped off the inner thigh or something. No, but I want to thank. I don't know how many people stopped in. I think all I've seen was Fred and Evie and Meanie. So I want to thank those three. If anyone else is watching, well, thank you very much. I think we're going to call it a night. We're way over the 2 hour mark now.
We're almost going on 3 hours, bitch.
Yeah. Hey,
yes,
you know what? Yeah. Fuck it, man.
I
got a shout out of a buddy of mine when he, he's being trashed on by other people. It just bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm oblivious to it because I don't hear it, so it doesn't bother
Yeah.
me.
Well, it bothers the guy that hears it. So,
Hey, you're right. You know what? Just you know what? They don't they don't know me, so you know they
well,
have never like Anyways, like I said, if you've ever like I said, no one's. I said you're the only one from all the besides Fred, Joey, Evie, meaning that most of the people have never really tried to
well,
really.
one of these nights we're gonna have to get Joey and Fred on here together. And you fuckers are gonna have to guide me through some sort of fucking tabletop game so I have a better understanding of what the fuck. Because some of it just confuses the shit out of me. And I know you guys have all been into that shit. And like maybe just a good fucking night of like Dungeons and Dragons or what the fuck have you. I don't fucking care. You know, fucking four guys just having a good fucking time.
Lemonparty.org.
No, no, no.
The board game, the board game,
Oh no,
ladies, ladies and
no.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Pillar to Post promotes this new board game called
Hey,
lemonparty.org.
no,
So,
no fucking
so
way.
if you want to purchase this game, which is endorsed by Pete Wall, lemonparty.org is where you find this game.
Well, I'm going to read the last few posts in the chat before we go off, and so I can just end that fantasy of Yetis right there. Medium says, we bring the stupid very well, and yes, you do, and it's fucking awesome. I love every
Yes,
moment of
we
it.
do.
Because you guys get
Oh
me
yeah,
being stupid, and I enjoy being stupid.
right.
Evie says, well, if they don't get Yeti, they obviously don't get me or Meanie, etc. This is
Right.
probably why instinctively I've just gravitated RWO and Circus exclusively. Can't really blame you there. Who doesn't
Yep.
like it in the back, though? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, Meanie. I'm sorry.
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it. I
I
like it in the back. Oh, never,
I
never
don't
mind. No,
like it in the
no. It's
back.
got nothing.
But I mean, I think
What?
that
What?
drink
What?
got me a little bit too loose
What?
because my mouth is being a little bit pervy when it comes to Meanie tonight.
I am never pervy. Just remember that. I've never said one pervy
You're
thing to
full of
anybody.
shit. You are full of shit. You just brought up
I've never said. I,
lemonparty.com.
I, which is a board game, which everyone should go and look for that board game. So everyone watching this podcast,
Oh shit, man.
this is this is a dynamic board game like you've never seen
We
before.
are not sponsored.
Sponsored by Pillar to
We
Post,
are not sponsored. We do not
lemonparty.org.
sponsor. No.
Pete approved. Pete approved.
He's such a dick, man. Such a dick. With that being said, thank you
Yeah.
all. It was a great night. It was a great day, and it was because of you people.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Thank you, Yeti, for joining me again on another weekend.
No problem.
It was a great
No
time.
problem.
I want everyone to have a good night. Any last words? And please, no more lemon party.
Check out. Oh, if you're
Oh,
hungry and for
fucking
breakfast,
hell.
check out bluewaffle.com.
I will not
If you're
eat
into
breakfast now.
if you're into waffles, blue waffles. Just remember the trick is to blue waffles is eat around the swords and you'll be perfectly fine.
You're so wrong, man. So wrong. But it's oh so
Right.
good, too.
I wore a sarong once.
So with that being said, have a great night. Always have a better tomorrow. But for now, we are out of here.
See you in the next stream, bitches.